Talofa lava, kia ora, hello and welcome to Cowles Stadium in Christchurch on your Saturday afternoon as part of your long King's birthday weekend here on Sky Sport. It is Sky Broadband Rapid League, the Canterbury Rams hosting the Hawke's Bay Hawks. The Rams with a 6-5 record, taking on the Hawks have been mightily impressive actually in Broadband Rapid League. Maya Williamson, 8-3. What are you looking forward to most out of these two young squads taking it on in Rapid League?
Well, these guys are currently sitting at second on the table in Sky Broadband Rapid League, I believe. So obviously been well prepared, and they have a plethora of really skilled young guys that can get at the rim and score. Zoram Smiler and Tane Lavery, especially Jackson Bull. I mean, he's been really exciting over his last year. And Jared Kenny, that young guy, heard about him?
Huge future, Jared Kenny.
Future, yeah, fresh body for him. Yeah, and then the injection of Max Stoddart for this new Rapid League team is looking quite nice. Brings a lot of great energy and really a good starter play for the Rapid League too. There
is the Hawke's Bay Hawks starting five for Rapid League. Murphy, Ball, Lavery, Kara and Keeley. Kobe Kara and Tane Lavery just coming off 10-point games in Rapid League, best part of 48 or so hours ago up in Nelson. So coming in with a bit of form, and Zoram Smiler as well. The New Zealand under-20 nationals currently taking place just up the highway in Rangiora, and Zoram fresh off a 19-point performance today for Hawke's Bay, so I'm interested to see his energy levels for this starting five for the Hawks. On the Canterbury Rams, Barbecues Direct Canterbury Rams side, the Isaac brothers, Kaya and Tama Isaac, with Taki Farrington back from a ankle injury, Max Stoddart and Aiden Tonge. And speaking of under-20s, I understand Tama Isaac dropped a 40-piece this morning.
40-piece.
Okay.
And he had 35 minutes as well, so he might be feeling a bit gingerish coming into today.
So the Rams, as they have for the last few weeks, ever since Max Darling has returned from concussion, just running with a six-man rotation. There is Max there in the black hoodie in the back. So just running a six-man rotation with Mana Martin, the lone replacement for the Hawks, Jared Kenny and Zoram Smiler on the bench. So we take a look at the head-to-head brought to you by Chemist Warehouse. What stands out for you, Maya?
Well, it's a starking three-point percentage difference. We're shooting better in the Rapid League from the three-point line than we are in the NZNBL. That's for the Rams, and at 23% for the Hawks is a tough one. You get a lot of three-point opportunities when you play Rapid League, and if you can't convert, it can be a little bit difficult. But it looks like a pretty even matchup going into today.
It's impressive that the points per game there for the Hawks is still at the standard it is, given those percentages and the three-point stripe and the Chemist Warehouse free throw stripe as well. So yeah, this Hawks team has started to get on a bit of a roll here in Rapid League. Referee official crew, Brad Clive, Harry Arps and Blake Rosanowski this afternoon for Cowles NBL action from 4 o'clock. With the Canterbury Rams on an absolute heater, it has to be said. 8-game win streak, and back at home after winning their last two on the road over the Phi and the big one over the Wellington Saints most recently. Looking to go 9 straight. And the Cowles NBL currently sitting second on the log, but kudos to the Hawks. Impressive win 2 days ago up the road in Nelson.
Yeah, I was really surprised to see that. They had got down a little bit, but managed to claw back in the fourth quarter by way of Jordan Nartai and some excellent shooting, and that's really good for the momentum coming in today. Coach Sam Gruggan feels really good, feels really confident, and they've got a lot of momentum behind them. Yeah,
the Prince of Porirua, 29 points, not too shabby at all. They're good to go here for Rapid League, and the Rams, their usual red strip, Hawks in whites. A lot of young talent on show. Looking forward to seeing Jackson Ball again in the flesh. Mile. Both of us were down at the 3x3 Cup in Invercargill last year, where he put on an absolute show, really announced himself on a senior men's basketball level. There he is now with it. A nice cut there. Ball movement early. Lavery with it. And the sling's a lovely pass down low to Keeley, and a whistle and a foul on Stoddart, and a trip to the Chemist Warehouse strike.
That's exactly what you can expect from Tane Lavery. Such a great downhill guard and super shifty, able to attack off a ball screen and either find his own or find his teammates really, really well. A Christchurch local himself, actually playing his first season with the Hawks, and it's cool to see himself getting some exposure.
Yeah, another one of the products out at St Andrews College, Lavery. As Keeley makes the first and makes them both. So the Hawks will play from in front for their 9th win in Rapid League. And here is Tama Isaac bringing the ball up the floor now for the Rams. Stoddart Tonge. His best game of the season, round 4 against the Hawks in the NBL. As Tama Isaac, lovely finish with the right, just picking up from where he left off in under 20s.
Clearly can't be that exhausted. They did a great job to set him off ball screens and get him downhill on his right hand, which is his most favoured look. It's going to be deadly if they can't stop that.
Double team coming at Lavery and gets it back now, late in the shot clock. Spin move on Isaac, he stays in front, and then well read there, Taki Farrington on return from an ankle injury, looking to go coast to coast, but lost his lunch. Jackson Ball with the quick hands.
I think that's what I admire the most about Jackson Ball. Yes, he is a prolific three-point shooter, but his ability to play defense and keep up with the physicality and the pace at this kind of high level, considering he's only 17 years old, very impressive.
Oh, wild pass from Kara to Murphy in the corner, can't hit the three. And here come the Rams, pushing the pace. Farrington leaves it a little short, and Keeley tidies up.
It's not a bad look. It's a look that the Rams are seeking. We know they haven't shot well from beyond the arc this season, but a good shot nonetheless.
Very well drilled. What I'm seeing so far, this Hawks team, a lot of ball movement, clear on their rolls. And cut again there by Keeley, but good pressure. Max Stoddart forces the turnover.
Yeah, a few backdoor cuts and wheeling actions for Harry Keeley. The Rams are going to have to be a little bit more aware of that. Bumping cutters, not allowing him to get that ball in that space. I believe he's a strong finisher from the dunker spot.
And Harry Keeley, just 17 years of age, out at Napier Boys High. There's Tonge now looking to get to work down low, and a whistle and a foul call. It's going to be on Kobe Kara as we take a second look at the GJ Gardner Holmes replay.
Yeah, we see this all the time, right? Aiden Tonge just loves to eat up in that low post position on his left hand in Rapid League.
Stoddart likes the matchup here. Kara, though, switches. Double team comes, kicks out to Farrington. Like the feel of that out of the hand to Tucky, but doesn't drop. So 2-all ball game here early in the, well, midway through the first quarter. It's got a little cold offensively for both teams. Lavery now around the back. On the back of the hand, the Murphy. Good work there by Farrington, forcing this tough shot late in the clock by Kara. There, Lavery contesting on the rebound, but it ends up with the Rams.
Really nice patience from the Hawks there, like you said, playing really disciplined defense. Offense, but yeah, Rams just crowding absolutely and moving their feet and being strong.
Speaking of strong, Max Stoddart, there's a bit of bully ball there down low. Give the Rams their first lead of the ball game.
You expected a lot of that from him. A lot of strength that he comes from, and he's been just coming off a 4-year college streak, and he can also shoot the ball, but he's got a lot of strength behind him.
Now staying in front there, Stoddart, originally out of Southland and Invercargill, came up to St Andrews College here in Christchurch before heading over to the States, now back in Canterbury.
He's going to be a real threat, especially here in Rapid League. We just saw that superhuman strength from him, but he's also really quick ability to go downhill and shoot the 3-ball as well.
And a downhill, Tama Isaac, just a burst of pace all the way to the cup. And he's up to 4 points. And the Rams lead by 4, and here is Tama Isaac once more. Into it himself, a little Euro, and he gets the roll. Tama time here at Cowles early.
He's on a heater today, dropped 40 this morning. Clearly not looking to slow down anytime soon.
And he's got a quarter-final to play for Canterbury in the under-20s at 11:30 tomorrow morning. And plenty of basketball ahead over the long weekend for young Tama Isaac. Prodigious talent. Both the Isaac brothers. You can take a second look at the GJ Gardner Holmes replay. His mind was made up there, exactly what he wanted to do once he saw the feet planted there of Kobe Kara. Now the hands. Ball late in the clock. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Rams 8, Hawks 2. And it's largely been the Tama Isaac show with 6 of the Rams' 8 points.
Yeah, he's really taken over here early. Able to get downhill on his right hand for all of his points, I believe. Obviously on a heater from this morning, but the Rams are seeking out those shots, sitting in some off and on ball screens to get him downhill, and he really can't be stopped.
Yeah, perfect 3 of 3 field goal percentage. The 1 steal as well. So the Rams shooting at a 66% clip, 4 of 6. And 2 misses coming from beyond the arc. And the Hawks players getting ready to suit up in Sal's NBL as I'm more. Catastrophe here behind us here, Maya. We get that a bit here in Cowles. The power cords are
every time
just behind us. Be an over of under of about 6.5 a game, I reckon.
At least, at least.
I think that's probably been kind. But yeah, looking forward to seeing this Hawks team, the starting 5 in the Sal's NBL, play massive minutes.
Oh yeah.
But if they can all, as a collective, get going, stay out of foul trouble, I think they could pose a bit of a threat to what is a very deep Rams roster. And the last time they played, 104 to 84, the Rams coming out on top on the back of a huge night. 35 points, season high for Lockie Ulbrich, but just an indication, a feeling that this one might be a bit tighter. We shall wait and see. Full court pressure here by the Rams as young Jared Kenny checks in.
He'll like that you said that.
Player GM.
Yeah, pretty impressive that he's come back to play for another year and is also willing to play Rapid League. Kind of wasn't expecting him to get any court time, so good on him.
Well, just the wisdom, the knowledge, the IP that he's no doubt imparting on this relatively young Rapid League roster here. This experience you can't buy at this level. He's just running the holding court here in the conversation. Team huddle as Kai Isaac heads to the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Yeah, Jared Kenny with all of his experience. You can see the way that he plays. He's purely just in a facilitating role this season. He is willing to shoot it or go downhill, but he is mainly looking to facilitate for his team and be that floor general with all the knowledge that he has.
First points of the afternoon for the older of the Isaac brothers, Kaya, and he makes them both. It's been a 10-0 run here for the Rams after the Hawks had that first bucket through Harry Keeley.
Yeah, the Hawks have displayed really good patience, but in the same breath, don't seem that aggressive. Not really trying to create downhill, and the ball movement is nice, but they need to be a little bit more forthcoming, get into the rim, forcing the Rams to rotate a little bit.
Cross. Cross. Stay down.
Smiler will inbound to Ball. And a foul. Still a little bit of overzealous there by Kai Isaac. Not much in it.
I think the Rams sit up in a zone at the moment. Looks like a 2-3.
Here's Kenny out of the back of the hand. Eventually ends up with Murphy. Almost off the glass and in. Oh, and then how about that? The hustle there from the veteran, Jared Kenny. Fortunately ends up in the hands of Aiden Tonge, who finds Mana Martin. Well, not rewarded there for the hustle, Jared Kenny.
Yeah, don't think that was quite his intention with the back tip.
And now the steal, Isaac on Kenny. Here come the Rams again. Oh, it's a bit of a falcon there on Aiden Tonge. Turnover. Here the Rams, the Hawks, excuse me, is Kobe Kara. Takes a big fall for Hawke's Bay. Take another look at the GJ Gardner Holmes replay there. Tama Isaac unaware of it. Jared Kenny in pursuit. The Hawks in desperate need of a bucket here. On the best part of 4 minutes, which is a long time in Rapid League to be held, or to be cold. And there we go. Murphy with a 2.
They're going to need a lot more than that. But that's a really good look, being aggressive and getting to the rim. Exactly what they need to claw at this lead.
Tough shot this. Kaya Isaac, oh, classy from Kaya.
We've seen plenty of that from him in Rapid League. Not huge, but his ability to play out of that post position is amazing.
The Hawks put it together back-to-back possessions. As Lavery flings it out to Kenny in the corner. Yeah, cut from Dane Lavery, but he's just put a foot out of bounds. That's a feeling of 1 step forward, 2 steps back here for Hawke's Bay.
Yeah, the aggressiveness was nice, and I like the cross-court pass. They were forcing the Rams to rotate a little bit. Dane did have an advantage position there, just stepped out. It's a small error, but that offense does look better.
There's Tama Isaac again with aggression. And gets the whistle and the foul call. And we'll head to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. And shoot a pair to add to his haul for the afternoon. Leading all scorers so far with 6 points. And first miss of the afternoon. Not sure if that extends through to under 20s. I'm assuming there were some misses there this morning.
40 points, 100% from the field.
Tama Isaac splits the free throw attempts. 12-point lead here for the Barbecues Direct Canterbury Rams. As Jared Kenny takes a seat for the visitors.
Yeah, the Rams currently sitting 6th on the Rapid League table. They dropped the one last time they were at home, again, especially against the 5. So it'd be good for them to get this win if they can get one away.
Lavery directing this young Hawks outfit. Kara, and great wall up there, Aidan Tonge. Good work there in response by young Jacob Murphy. And the Hawks with possession here. Jackson Ball, baseline drive, tough finish from the teenager.
Give me that. That was extremely athletic.
Right there, Taki Farrington was strong contest, but Jackson Ball almost as if he wasn't there, and has the 3-point play opportunity. He cut the Rams lead to single digits, and he just does that.
Yeah, there seems to be a bit of a shift in the mindset for the Hawks. That aggressiveness, not only offensively, but that full court press. It's a game changer.
Yeah, they're being rewarded here for their defensive pressure, aren't they? It's lifting them offensively, and you hear that so much from coaches. Nice baseline drive though, response as Tucky gets up and slams it home.
That is a perfectly curated response from the Rams. Beating the defensive pressure and then getting an aggressive finish of their own.
Late whistle there on Tama Isaac. He's done the hard work initially to stay in front of Jackson Balls. We take another look at the dunk from Farrington, showing no issues of that rolled ankle a couple of weeks ago against the Fi here in Rapid League.
Yeah, I believe he's been doing some good recovery, looking after himself. The Rams looking after him as well. Came ready to play, clearly.
Ball misses the first. It makes the second, so it's an 8-point ball game. The Hawks have slowly worked their way back into it in the second quarter. And again, being rewarded by this full court press, although they've got out of jail here. The Rams is on it. Does everything but finish.
Oh.
Gets the foul call. I'd like a second look at that, Max Stoddart.
That was going to be deadly if that was the case.
And as Stoddart heads to the Chemist Warehouse stripe, the rest of the Rams players on court in discussion with Judd Flavel, no doubt talking about that full court press and how to escape.
I think that was a great way to do it. They moved the ball up the court easily, got the flash in the middle, and then a 2-on-1 situation. The lob was nice. Probably don't want to bank on having that lob there every time, but they created an advantage situation out of that pressure, which is the perfect response to a full court press.
The Rams hit 20 late in this first half. And now, speaking of full court press, here are the Rams taking a leaf out of the Hawks playbook. 3 can't go for Jackson Ball, but last touched, I believe, by Mana Martin of the Rams. Will stay with the visitors. 33.8 seconds left in the half. 14 on the shot clock. Jared Kenny back in. Crossover, catches Farrington in the air. Up and under, just can't finish with the left, and a player timeout called by the Rams.
I like that look from Jared Kenny, though, utilising his handles a little bit, going downhill on his matchup. Probably did a good job to play off 2. Bit of a hard shot, but not a terrible look.
Of course, able to advance the ball here. Good to see the player timeout, the Rams. Plenty of time here to create a good look. And into half-time with a healthy buffer. And here is Tama Isaac. He has 7 points in this first half, and he'll go up and try and add to that, and that is heavy contact on the way down. Slammed into the floor. Gets the whistle and a foul, but he's back up on his feet, which is a good sign, but yeah, that shoulder's going to be a little bit sore. No question.
Yeah, his body will definitely not be a fan of him at the moment. Played some big minutes yesterday and then 35 minutes this morning. And then just to add to that intensity, the physicality of Rapid League and South NBL will not help.
Didn't impact the shot there, though, from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. And makes them both. 12-point lead now, and I think, yep, the Hawks will return serve here with a player timeout of their own, advance the ball with just a tick over 10 seconds left.
Yeah, a shot here for them would be great, not only in terms of scoreboard, but just to gain a little bit of momentum, put them on the front forward a little bit. They gained a lot of momentum with that full court pressure, but then lost it away a little bit as Rams started to answer, so a tough shot here could help them push them forward into half-time and hopefully close the gap a little bit.
Murphy with the inbound. Gets it to Carrot, who finds Lavery. Ball. The burst of pace by Jackson Ball, and the floater is good. Couple of nice plays here in the second quarter by young Jackson Ball. Has the Hawks just hanging around, Maya. 22-12, the Rams lead.
Yeah, great start for the Rams. Held Hawks to only 2 points for almost the entirety of the first half. It was only 2.5 minutes left in that half when the Hawks started to answer a little bit more. I think the defensive pressure was a really good switch up from them. But the Rams just looking really strong at the moment. Their half-court defense forcing some pretty tough late shot clock looks for the Hawks. It's only really been Jackson Ball that has been able to get to the rim and answer for them. And then the Rams offense just looking really nice. I believe we've got a few guys on the scoreboard now for them too.
Let's take a look at the key stats courtesy of the Chemist Warehouse, and Tama Isaac leading the way with 9 points. His brother Kaya on top of the rebound charts as well. We feel like the Hawks need to do defensively to sort of nullify the threats of the Rams, particularly the Isaac brothers.
Yeah, well, you can't rely on the full court pressure, right? It's a really good answer from them, but that's not your Hail Mary. It's all about executing the half court as well. I think maybe a change of on-ball coverage for Tama Isaac, forcing him to be a little bit more uncomfortable. At the moment, they're in a bit of a drops coverage, and he's just attacking and getting to the rim anytime he wants. So forcing him to play a little bit higher, pushing him near to that half-court line and seeing what he can do out of that. He's just kind of getting right-hand layups in any position he seems to want at the moment, and you know, if he's going to eat up on that all day. So you've got to find a way to force him out of that and put him onto something a little bit more uncomfortable for him.
A lot of trips to the free throw stripe as well for the Rams. Going along at 87% from the Chemist Warehouse stripe, 7 of 8. Conversely, for the Hawks, they have had their share as well, 4 of 5, but an area of concern too for the Hawks and allowing those easy trips.
Yeah, I think that's been testament to the fact that they've been on the back foot because of Tama Isaac's speed and haven't been able to defend him, and then just been out of rotation and forced to foul.
So it's the Hawks who start the second half with possession. Sky Broadband Rapid League. Rams up by 10. Here is Jackson Ball. Nice find in the corner. And the 3 ball just a little off to the left.
It's a great look to start for the Hawks.
Barrington, Martin, Tonge. Almost everyone getting a touch here. Isaac with it. Kaya Isaac. A whistle on the drive. Bucket won't count. Foul on Kenny.
A little bit of a tough foul, I thought, but again, Rams doing a really good job of being aggressive. They're going downhill and forcing Hawks to be uncomfortable, and they're either getting buckets or they're getting fouls.
Another whistle and a foul, I believe, on Kenny again. There's a lot of off-ball movement, screen switches there. We waited for the ball to come in. Let's try again. Oh, lovely find, Isaac. A good contest there. And the Hawks with it now through Ball. Good hands, Martin. But how about the hustle by young Jackson Ball? Not dying on the play. Six on the shot clock. Lavery behind the back. Kenny going to have to put it up. Just to the left. Strong rebound, Jacob Murphy. And they'll play on, reset the shot clock to 14. There's Murphy now, the Euro, kicks it out to Ball. And a whistle off the ball as Farrington and Murphy wrestled for positioning on the rebound. And it's going to go the way of the visitors. Just showing a bit of hustle here in this third quarter, Maya.
Yeah, especially Jacob Murphy, just crashing those offensive balls really, really well. Generated another possession for these guys. And that's the urgency you need coming out of halftime, right? Deficit of 10. Momentum in favour of the Rams, the home crowd. They had to do something to energise themselves, and seems to be the way. They just need to execute offensively now. Put the ball through the hoop.
Here is Ball. With the ball. Spin move. Oh, just cooks Martin.
Take a seat, thank you very much.
This guy is some talent. Jackson Ball, just 16 years of age. Speaking of talent, Kai Isaac responds immediately in the face of Kobe Kara.
It's awesome to see him still shooting that shot. We know in Rapid League he prefers to actually just eat up downhill on his left hand, but to see him still attempting those. He was 0 from 4 last week against the Saints, so nice to see him confidently still stroking it.
Kenny trying to get in and around Farrington, almost gets a difficult layup attempt to fall. Does get the whistle and a foul. And we'll head to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Free throw attempts 6 and 7 coming up for the ball game for Hawke's Bay.
Jared Kenny looking real energised. Doesn't look like he's going to slow down anytime soon.
Best of both does Kenny. So 9-point ball game. Subs in for the Hawks. Smiler and Keeley. For Lavery and Kenny. Kenny's still almost coaching as he makes his way to the benches.
Just, directing that traffic to get up and apply some pressure on these guys.
Early shot there from Farrington as Stoddart gets up on the offensive rebound. And the foul's going to go on Stoddart in actual fact. So it'll be Hawke's ball.
A lot of physicality in the rebounding game as we see that replay, just a little bit of a shove against Kobe Cutter. Both these guys hustling really well, trying to get those boards. You can just feel a different sense of urgency. Be great for the Rams to get a win here. As we said, they're 6th on the Rapid League standings at the moment and lost their most recent one at home, so they'll be desperate to get a win on the board here against a strong Hawks Rapid League team.
Yeah, this is a Hawks team that is second on the Rapid League ladder going into this one with an 8-win, 3-loss record. Smiler to Keeley. Slight breakdown there as Murphy manages to haul it in well over his head. Can't make the shot. Tama Isaac back in for the Rams. And a wayward pass. And the Hawks with another opportunity to eat into this Rams lead in the third quarter.
A great adjustment off their screen defense against Tama Isaac and forcing him to play upwards instead of just allowing him that downhill drive. I think that's a really good adjustment coming out of half-time, and you can just see the pressure with an errant pass and not a driving lane. It's exactly what you need for Tama Isaac coming off an on-ball screen.
That first step, Jackson Ball almost every time. And he's just caught Mana Martin there. And drawn the foul.
Yeah, really smart positioning to have him on that wing that's receiving the ball on the reversal. Means that his defender is just still shifting and he's able to attack, like you said, that really fast first step. And then been really shifty with his aggressiveness to try to get finishing.
So Jackson Ball now up to 9 points, matching that of Tama Isaac. Can't make the second. Rebound there by Martin. 8-point ball game, minute 20 to go in the third. And here is Isaac now. Just puts the shoulder into the chest there of Kara. But doesn't get the basket to go, and it was last touched by the Rams.
Hawks did an awesome job just then, not only the individual defense, but the team defense that helped. They just sent a few bodies and walled up, took it in the chest, and then turned the ball over. They've obviously adjusted really well to Tama's game at halftime, and thus it's kind of slowed the entire Rams squad down since.
Gap opens here for Murphy. Almost lost the handle, has to force the tough shot up and can't get it to go. And fouls on Smiler, and that'll send Kai Isaac to the Chemist Warehouse strike.
Really physical, rapid game today.
Just thinking that, lot of fouls, a lot of free throws.
Yeah, it's not often you see that in Rapid League either, you know, usually up and down, but both these teams willing to be very aggressive.
I was just thinking, usually it's about half an hour all up in terms of a product. We started at just a tick over 3 o'clock, and it's 25 to 4. We've still got a quarter to play.
These guys are taking their time, that's for sure.
10-point ball game again in favour of the Rams. Smiler now with the little teardrop. Nice touch.
Yeah, real nice touch. He's a really shifty guy. A little bit underrated in my opinion. Has a really nice ability to get to the rim. He's super shifty and changes his direction really nicely. And then just a textbook finish with that teardrop floater.
Another one involved in the under-20 nationals up the road in Rangiroa, Zoram Smiler. Speaking of, Tama Isaac with it here. Might be the last possession for Canterbury, and what a possession it is. Tama Isaac into double digits.
Yeah, that's huge for them. I feel like these teams kind of been trading buckets. It feels a little bit closer than it is, but that's a huge dagger from Tama Isaac, especially going into the quarter break. He's going to be another focal point of their timeouts.
Ball, quick release. And there is Murphy again, crashing the boards, and gets a late whistle with 0.5 of a second to go in the third quarter. Earns himself a trip to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Jacob Murphy, all effort.
He's an athlete, man. You see him get up. Yeah. He rose above almost everyone on the floor, I think. And I believe that's his third offensive rebound of the quarter. Just can't execute on the free throw, though, the most important part.
Doesn't make either of them, and isn't rewarded for that hustle, but that is the end of the third quarter. It's 4 minutes to play here in Sky Broadband Rapid League, where the Rams lead the Hawks 30 points to 19.
Yeah, really low scoring for the Hawks. Only 19 points. I believe their average is mid-30s. And going into the fourth quarter with only 19 points is quite an unusual sighting for them, I guess. And I think that is testament to a really good half-court defense the Rams have thrown at them. They've thrown them that zone as well, which has seemed to toy a little bit with the Hawks. And then just their lack of free throw ability these last few minutes.
Yeah, 6 of 19 from the field for the Hawks, 31%. Just isn't going to get it done. And Cowles from three, haven't made a three all afternoon. None from 6. Stats partner, of course, is the Chemist Warehouse. We're about 25 or so minutes away as well from Cowles NBL action. Canterbury Rams hosting the Hawke's Bay Hawks, looking for their 9th win on the trot. In fact, their win streak started against the Hawks, round 4. And they haven't blinked since.
They've just been full steam ahead. Most games for pretty comfortable wins as well, coming off the back of an especially good one against the Wellington Saints.
It was the Ayers one, wasn't it, of the 8? It was a real litmus test.
Oh, that was a goodie.
That was the best game I've called for sure this year. 4 to play here. Rams in front by 11. We want to keep that buffer, not let it get too close. As Isaac just leaves that a little short. Tidied up by Curra.
It's going to be essential now for the Hawks to actually put the ball through the hoop and find some consistency offensively.
And it's that balance between going quick and finding a good look there for the Hawks, who are in desperation mode. Is Tama Isaac now on the left, up to 14 points.
He just cannot be stopped. And they haven't really made a huge adjustment on their on-ball coverage for him. He's been able to just turn the corner and get to the rim pretty easily. A few possessions in the last quarter, Hawks threw some bodies at him and he seemed to be stopped, so I don't think they want to shy away from that too much.
Nice spin move, ball, and a foul called on Stoddart, which will send ball to the stripe. Free throw attempts 6 and 7 coming up here for the 16-year-old. Makes the first. Good crowd building here as always at Cowles. Believe it's the first Saturday afternoon game of the season.
Yeah, it is for us, isn't it? Felt a little bit strange coming in at 2 o'clock today.
I know, you were asking me what time you needed to be here, and
don't have to say that. I'm just used to the old 7:30 game, you know?
Yeah, it's understandable.
Shifting my body clock completely.
There's Tama Isaac back with it. Stay with the hot hand. Puts it up. Front iron. Ooh, that ball almost joins us here in the commentary position. Right idea by Kenny trying to find Curra, but just a little bit behind.
They might have thought you were subbing in there.
No one wants to see that. So the Isaac brothers combining for 23 of the Rams' 32 points. As they go to Tonge down low, and Jackson Ball is caught with a arm around the body.
Just doesn't seem like Hawks currently have the personnel to match what the Rams can offer. Kind of just 5 scoring threats on the floor for the Rams at the moment, which is not always what you see with a lineup.
And then on the offensive side for the Hawks, outside of Ball, the next top scorer is 5 different players with 2 points. Martin, just an extra step there on what was a strong drive. So it will be Hawks' possession. And they got 10 points each out of Lavery and Curra a couple of days ago in a Rapid League contest against Nelson. Just haven't been able to have a second option outside of Ball offensively, who has it now on the wing.
Yeah, I think they've done a really good job with the Rams throwing this 2-3 at them, and Hawks are kind of struggling to respond out of that.
Isaac now, easy transition, bucket, and the Rams are running away with this one, and the turnovers racking up for the Hawks.
Yeah, looks pretty comfortable for the Rams at the moment, all things going their way. And like we said, the Hawks just have really not had an offensive answer all game long. Only 21 points, a really low scoring effort for them, and unusual with the squad that they have. Not much you can do when you can't put the ball through the hoop, though.
Isaac looking to do it all himself, and he's getting cooking with gas now. The older of the Isaac brothers in the double digits. In fact, he's matched his younger brother with 14 points.
Some pretty good family genes in there.
Oh, good off the hand from Murphy right in front of us. Just a little long. And a cold shooting afternoon remains for the Hawks. But how about Jacob Murphy defensively? And finally rewarded with a 2.
It's not really going to do much, I don't believe, though. Not really at the right time. Rams have kind of been in control this entire last quarter.
Kenny with the 3. With it to go. And Rams with possession as Isaac just takes a little look at the game clock. And they'll continue to push all 16 minutes, very much in the Rams' DNA. They don't take their foot off the gas. Just every bucket counts. So Isaac has to put up a prayer out to the left. Every bucket counting towards the points for and against, and overall Sal's NBL as well.
Yeah, it creates a really good sense of competitiveness. You know, this game doesn't really feel like it's a 15-point deficit at the moment.
$20 seconds to go. Just a 3-second differential between game and shot clock as Kaya Isaac gets himself another bucket and overtakes the younger brother. He's up to 16. And a player timeout called by Hawke's Bay with 9.5 seconds to go. Result well and truly in the bag for the Rams, courtesy of the Isaac family. They've combined for 30 of the Rams' 39 points.
Yeah, they've been absolutely incredible and doesn't seem to have had much of an adjustment from the Hawks' end to stop them. And I'm sure that'll translate to the Sal's NBL as well, both with pretty good roles for the Canterbury Rams too. The
NBL contest coming up in around 20 minutes time here on Sky Sport as Lavery tries to put the move on. Tama Isaac, who wants a late player timeout. Has he got it? I don't think he has. Or has he? No, he hasn't. That'll do it, folks. In Sky Broadband Rapid League, it is the Barbecues Direct Canterbury Rams convincing winners. 39 points to 23 over the Hawke's Bay Hawks. On the back of some sensational shooting from Kaya and Tama Isaac combining for 30 points as we take a look at the key stats here, courtesy of the Chemist Warehouse. 16 for Kaya, 14 for Tama. One-man show on the other side for Hawke's Bay through Jackson Ball.
Well, then what are you going to do in the extra game?
3 steals as well for young Tama Isaac, who is standing by with Maya Williamson.
First of all, how's the body feeling? Heard you played 35 minutes this morning at 20s. Now, big game. How are you feeling?
I feel pretty sore right now, but look, got to do what you got to do.
Awesome. What went well for you guys today? That's a huge win.
Going on for the O boards and all that. We just pushed it well as well in transitions, which helped us a lot to get our little easy layups.
Awesome. What are the key things that are going to translate for you guys in the Cowles NBL, do you think?
Mostly just like we got a box out here. Like they had a couple of O boards that kind of killed us in the first half and a couple in the second, but look, we did well on it after we changed up results. So yeah, it's good.
Awesome. Good luck with Cowles NBL. Thanks.
Appreciate the time there of Tama Isaac. Time for a short break here on Sky Sports. Cowles NBL coverage coming up at 4 o'clock between the Rams and the Hawks. Don't go anywhere. After a short break, we'll take in some Cowles NBL highlights and see you in around 15 minutes. Same back here on Sky Sport.
Basketball is a movie, and every game is a blockbuster. E for excitement, entertainment, energy, and epic. Cowles NBL 2024 is rated E.
Back to the road. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone. I don't care what you think you got.
Talofa lava, hello, kia ora, welcome to Cowles Stadium here in Christchurch. Cowles NBL action on your Saturday afternoon. It is the defending champions, the Canterbury Rams, hosting the Hawke's Bay Hawks. The Rams looking for their 9th straight win on the bounce. They are cooking. Nick Bewley here with Maya Williamson alongside for this one. An interesting contest, Maya. The Hawks finding a bit of form to start the road 2 nights ago against the Nelson Giants. As mentioned, the Rams on a heater, 8 straight. What are you expecting?
I think it'll be really close, actually, and I'm expecting a tight matchup. The Hawks looked really good against the Giants, and obviously they're led by Isaiah Moore, who is probably one of the best players in this league, leading the league in scoring. So they're looking really strong at the moment, and it's not to mention, you said, the hot streak from the Rams. This could be their 9th win in a row, and they are on form at the moment. Their entire starting 5 looking really good, and some good pieces off the bench. So I think it's going to be a close matchup. I can't pick it at the moment.
Well, you can get involved if you have a more confident view to Maya. Scan that QR code there on your screen. Get involved in the mix and pick poll. Who will win and by how much? Early doors anyway. Thinking the Rams 1-12, which is probably where I'd lean as well. Rams 13 plus an option there, as well as the Hawks getting the win. It was these two teams meeting round 4 that started the Rams winning run, 104-84 on that night to the Canterbury Rams, and it was Lockie Ulbrich, breakout performance for him, 35 points, a season high, and I'm really looking forward to the matchup of the bigs, Lockie Ulbrich, Joshua Roberts. What's going to be key for Roberts in terms of slowing Ulbrich down?
Well, Ulbrich last time just ate up, like you said, 35 points. He actually shot from beyond the arc, 2 from 4, which is a good percentage. And I remember he not only played the back down game, but went downhill on Josh Roberts. So I think they're going to have to be, I think it's going to be a team approach for them, really. I don't think you're going to be able to guard Lockie one-on-one. Otherwise, he'll just eat up like he did. We've seen him struggle a little bit against some doubles, some low doubles from the likes of the Fire and the Nuggets. Put Lockie a little bit out of action. So I think it might be a team effort to guard Lockie. Otherwise, he could go for 40.
First of 2 games today, of course, Tuatara hosting the Saints. That'll be a doozy later tonight in Auckland. The Sharks hosting the Bulls tomorrow. Jets entertaining the Otago Nuggets. We turn our attention to the visitors, the Taylor Hawke's Bay Hawks, and their starting 5 who play a ton of minutes. In fact, I think the entire starting 5 averaging well over 30 minutes a game. Moore, Rasmussen, good to see Keanu Rasmussen back. Jordan Ngatai fresh off 29 points in that win over Nelson on Thursday. Lucas Sutherland and Joshua Roberts. Their coach is Sam Gruggan.
First of all, welcome to Christchurch. You guys are coming off a really good one against the Giants. What does that do for your confidence and momentum coming into today?
Yeah, I do think it does a great job for our confidence momentum. Obviously, we dropped 2 in a row, so for us just to get back on that winning board, Keanu back into the lineup, that's a good setup for tonight as Canterbury playing some great basketball.
Yeah, you said Canterbury playing great basketball. They're on an 8-game winning streak. What are your focus points for them today?
I mean, last time they got off to a really good start against us, 10-zip. They had 60 points in the paint against us in game 1. So for us, it's just protecting the paint a little bit better and just playing a little bit more physicality because they're a great program and Judd's done a fantastic job building this, and it's something we'd love to emulate in the future as well.
Awesome. Thank you and good luck.
The Canterbury Rams just fresh off a Sky Broadband Rapid League win as well, off the back of a hot shooting afternoon from the Isaac brothers, Kaya and Tama Isaac, but they're starting 5 unchanged, led by their captain and point guard Taylor Britt, MJ Walker Jr., Walter Brown, KJ Buffin, and Lockie Ulbrich. Their coach is Judd Flavel.
Team's coming together quite nicely at the moment, 8-game winning streak. What are you expecting the Hawks to do to slow your momentum?
Pressure the ball, sit down in the drops coverage. Saw a little bit of zone against the Giants the other night, but they'll be aggressive. You know, they've been I think a team that has done that since day one, and it's really worked for them. So, you know, we've planned throughout the week and tried to find some different ways to attack that, and yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Cool. What are those different ways to attack them? They've got Isaiah Moore, probably one of the best guards in the league. What are you going to try to do to outdo them tonight?
Well, he takes a collective unit to sort of stop him. I guess transitions number one. You know, he doesn't need too much daylight to get, you know, downhill and attack. And but you know, he's shown that he's I guess he can sit outside and hit that three as well. So he's a tough cover, but it's going to take more than just one person. We'll make sure he sees bodies and make sure that we're aggressive when he has the ball. But then the rest of them, you know, they all, I think they're a well-balanced squad. They have other guys in their areas that are just as dangerous. But it all starts with Moore because the ball's in his hands a lot. So, yeah, it's going to be a good test for us, I think, as it was the first time we played them. And, yeah, I think we have some advantages that we can go at the other end. But, yeah, it'll be a fun game.
So thanks, Jared. Good luck.
The insights there of both coaches in the lead up to this one. I wonder how much fatigue could be a potential factor on the Hawks side coming off. And this is their second game in 3 days, and I mentioned there too how many minutes the starting five play.
Yeah, it's quite unusual to see how many minutes a lot of their starters play. I think Moore, Rasmussen and Lucas Sutherland average 34 minutes a game, and that's just testament to a lack of depth for the Hawks. The Rams don't have that same problem at all, and I think it is going to be hard. It's going to be a challenge for them, but at the end of the day, I think the adrenaline starts to kick in and they just lock in and try to get the job done. But there are things that you can't stop, and yeah, that fourth quarter fatigue is going to be a vital role for the Hawks.
Here's our head-to-head, courtesy of our stats partner, the Chemist Warehouse. What stands out for you? Look at that, those rebounders with the fives, Roberts and Albrecht.
Yeah, that's probably the main thing there, is this size is instrumental for both these teams. Josh Roberts has a relatively narrow role for the Hawks, but also really instrumental at the same time. I believe he leads the league in rebounds with 12.5 a game and actually averages almost 4 offensive rebounds a game, which is a huge part of his game, and that's really what keeps him in this league and as a part of the Hawks' success so far, and that's going to be key. And then as well, Isaiah Moore, he's the number one piece for these guys. He is a league's leading scorer, and everything goes through him, whether it be him getting downhill off an off-ball screen and scoring or finding his teammates. Everything is run through him.
I was just about to say, score, threat and facilitator, third in the league in assists as well. That three-point percentage really interesting for me, because we've spoken a lot throughout the course of the Rams' home games this season by around this roster being built to shoot threes. A lot of looks is about creating from beyond the arc, but just still struggling. The Rams, it's hard to say struggling given a team's on a 8-game winning streak, but just 30% there still for the Rams. It feels like one of these days that those buckets are going to start dropping, and then they're going to be a real problem.
I've been waiting for it. They were a little bit better against the Saints. I believe that they were upwards of 30% actually and hit 9, which is still not a lot for the Rams, but it is better. It's looking better, but yeah, they haven't really found their rhythm, which is really surprising, but they've been able to adjust to being a more paint-centric type of team, and it's obviously working well for them, right? 8-game winning streak.
Coin officials, Matthew Bathurst, Brad Clive, Harry Arps in front and centre this afternoon.
3 Christchurch local referees, I believe, that are 2 of them now moving away, but originating from here in the south.
Good crowd in, as always. A long weekend. Moments away from tip-off, and our young fella to present the ball very shortly. Just hoping he's around here somewhere with the ball.
That'd be quite helpful for today's game, I think.
Let's hold that thought as the Hawks go through their last conversations before heading out to take on the Canterbury Rams in their traditional red strip. The Rams at full strength, yet to lose.
It's pretty scary to think about.
And defeats back in April, I think it was, to the Tuatara and the Bulls. And here is our young ball presenter, Elijah James, 9 years of age, plays his local hoops for Parkview Pāroa, and his favourite player, LeBron James.
Coincidence? He's kitted out too.
Yeah. And speaking of number 23, Roberts up for the tip. It's won by Albrecht, and here come the home team, the Rams. Walker Jr. That first step on Jordan Ngatai and drawing the whistle and a foul. And a potential three-point play off the jump.
If that's the mindset that we're seeing 8 seconds into the game, it's going to be dangerous for the Hawks. Jimmy Walker Jr. clearly a bone to pick, and using his aggressiveness to go downhill, absorb the contact really, really well. It's going to be dangerous if he keeps doing that all game long.
And completes the three-point play as MJ Walker Jr. refound his mojo after that 0-point performance against the Airs. 24, 18 and 19 points in his last 3 games. There's Ngatai down low, Brown in front, and Jordan Ngatai picks up from where he left off in Nelson.
He's an absolute veteran and a great scorer. Once he's in that low post position, there's not really much you can do to stop him and slow him down.
Walker Jr. now at the elbow with Ngatai in front. Gets it to Buffin eventually. Back of the iron. And volleyball swatted there by Walter Brown, trying to find a teammate. Ends up with Isaiah Moore. Early release in the shot clock from Moore. Can't make the 3.
The Rams will be really happy with that. If he's not going downhill and he's willing to settle for a transition contested 3, then they'll be very much happy to give that to him.
Taylor Britt with his first bucket of the ball game, averaging just a shade under 16 points a game this season. Taylor Britt, a bit more of a offensive load from last year. He averaged 9.5 points. Here is Moore now, the league's leading scorer. A couple of early misses.
Surprising and rare miss for Isaiah, like setting downhill and finishing.
Walter Brown wide open 3, front of the iron. And Hawks coach Sam Gruggan fuming down the other end on a no call on Isaiah Moore. You need to be careful.
But it was just really good physicality. I think they're going to have to give that to him all day long. Really the only way that you can stop him is contesting and putting a body in front of him, and that's what the Rams are willing to do.
Here's Keanu Rasmussen. It is returned from injury on Thursday night. 3 ball up. It can't go. Get in the looks, the Hawks. How about the handle here? Walker Jr. all the way to the cup. 5 quick points for MJ.
He's on a mission today. Clearly just wants to go downhill and eat up. Left Jordan Ngatai like a house on the side of the road.
A tough finish there by Isaiah Moore. Opens his account for the afternoon. Punch and counter punch early at Cowles.
Super fast-paced game to start, like you said.
Oh, Taylor Britt just glides through the air, and now the steal. Buffin up high.
Thought we might see a timeout from Coach Sam Gruggan in that moment, but no, he's confident in his team.
How about those plays by Taylor Britt, back-to-back. Early 11-4 lead here for the home team. Ngatai left open, makes them pay. Jordan Ngatai with 5 quick points.
Jordan Ngatai coming off a hot game against the Nelson Giants, like we said. And he can get hot, man. He got streaky hot in that last quarter of that Giants game, and he can't be stopped. And Isaiah Moore will go downhill and facilitate for him, and the Rams need to be careful and keep a lid on it.
Oh, great pass, Moore to Rasmussen in the corner, and then a tough offensive board by Josh Roberts. And puts it up and in and gets a foul. Potential 3-point play.
And that is exactly what he's going to do all game long. He's the offensive rebounding machine.
Technical foul on the coach, I believe. That's on Sam Gruggan. Ever since that Isaiah Moore non-call, he has been blowing up.
Super early in the game to receive a technical foul. It's testament to the energy that both teams have come out with today.
So Walker Jr. hits the tech free throw, and now we go back to Joshua Roberts. Should be shooting one. Sam Gruggan still deep in conversation with point official Brad Clive. And Roberts completes the three-point play. Having a laugh now, Sam Gruggan.
Calm down a little bit.
He was heated. There is Isaiah Moore takes a slip and slide down this end in front of us. Back on his feet, fortunately. Olbrich now going to work on Roberts. He's not happy with the call as Olbrich heads to the Chemist Warehouse strike.
We spoke about this prior to being on air, Nick. If Josh Roberts gets in foul trouble, this team's gonna struggle a little bit, I think. He's obviously a really great defensive coverage for Lockie Olbrich, but aside from that, they don't have much of a deep bench, so he's got his work cut out for him today to not only contain Lockie Olbrich, but stay disciplined and not get himself in some foul trouble.
100% agree. And you look down that bench, if you're the Hawks coach, and there's not the size there for someone to come in and play a role on Lockie Olbrich. There's Lucas Sutherland with it now. It's a hot start really for both teams. 16-10, haven't even got to the midpoint of the first quarter. Oh, that's another tough offensive rebound by Roberts. He's brought the intensity early.
He's a guy you can always trust to crash offensive boards and finishes really well at the rim. He likes those deep seal catches. Doesn't really operate much from outside of that part on the court, but that really is a strong point, and you have to take it away from him.
A loose handle by Sutherland. It was a nice cut. Yeah, Roberts fresh off 10 points, 16 rebounds against Nelson on Thursday night, and 4 blocks as well. Bit of a filler for the product out of Alabama. And now the hand in there. He's just playing every possession with a real relentlessness.
Yeah, he knew he had his work cut out for him. Anticipated that pass really easily, used his long wingspan to deny it. It's perfect.
There is Britt. He'll fire away from deep. Can't get it to go. Roberts tidies up. The outlet pass put on the spot. Nartai to Rasmussen. The foul by Walter Brown. And shooting 2.
It's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul as well. Referee Brad Clive doesn't believe there was a play on the ball. So they'll get possession back after these free throws too.
What a fine Keanu Rasmussen has been for the Hawks. Qualifying as a local, Kiwi dad.
Huge pickup, really good pickup. He's been awesome. Had a good off-season, obviously, with Adelaide as a DP. That's prepared him to be in this league, and he's taken it by storm, absolutely. They really missed him while he was out, and you can see how much it really changed the Hawks' offensive dynamic.
Isaiah Moore trying to create something in the air, can't get that shot to fall. And here come the Rams again, not allowing the Hawks to settle. Double team comes on. Buffin finds Britt. Olbrich doesn't mind a 3. Tough rebound, Walter Brown, and then another one by KJ Buffin. And that brings about a timeout for Hawke's Bay.
We've seen the Rams do that time and time again. They lead the league in offensive rebounds, 12 a game by way of KJ and Walter. Huge parts of that. And I'm sure that was a focal point coming into the game for the Hawks. But they probably do need a gentle reminder. The Rams can run away with it when they generate extra possessions.
And just glancing down to the right and seeing the Hawks coach Sam Gruggan with the classic teapot position. Not happy with the closeout there, or the box out, excuse me. Talking things over, but just down by 7, 18-11 in favour of the Rams. They're shooting at 6 from 11. Again, yet to hit a 3. It's feasting in the paint, which was what happened in round 4 when these two teams met and the Rams won by 20. 12 points so far coming in the paint for the Canterbury Rams.
I believe in their last matchup they scored upwards of 60 points in the paint. And Coach Sam Gruggan acknowledged that pre-game. He said that was a huge part of what they're trying to focus on and trying to throw some bodies at there and show chests while they're in the paint. But it's offensive rebounds too, right? You've got to finish the job before you get it done on the offensive end. And not an entirely huge matchup outside of Josh Roberts. But they've got to do their work early and be physical. Otherwise, the Rams are just going to feast up.
Interesting to see the adjustment after the timeout. The Rams here, full court press as we just wait for the early first quarter entertainment to make way. Players are ready. And we are back underway. Here's Sutherland to Moore. And Walter Brown providing a nuisance on Nartai. The help came from Britt. That left Moore open. Another offensive rebound. I believe that's the third for Roberts. And a second chance here for the Hawke's Bay Hawks. Late in the clock, needs to do something quickly here. Moore puts up a wild shot. And it's tidied up by MJ Walker.
That was a tough position for them. But they can't capitalise, can the Rams at the other end. And this is where Hawks like to eat up. Transition is really one of their strong points.
Lucas Sutherland gets the favourable roll off the glass. And he's underway from a scoring perspective this afternoon. 5-point ball game.
Yeah, Rams have to know that the Hawks like to capitalise. They've got multiple guys who love to go downhill and score in transition.
And Olbrich and Roberts getting in a tangle down low off the ball. That's brought about the whistle. And that is number 2 on Joshua Roberts. Need to be disciplined. Such a crucial matchup this afternoon.
And we are going to see Kobe Cutter being thrown in the ball game. Saw Coach Gruggan deliberate over a little bit, but you don't want Josh to get in any more trouble than he is now.
So that sees Lucas Sutherland hit over to the 5 and have the matchup on Ulbrich. Who has it now? Lockie Ulbrich, the South Australian. Tough finish. You feel like that won't be the last look for him this afternoon with that matchup.
It's a tough cover for Lucas Sutherland, and especially an isolated cover as well. I thought they would have thrown a couple bodies at him to try and stop him. But if it's just going to be a one-on-one matchup, I think Lockie will win that all day, every day.
Here comes Ulbrich with it now. Buffin, mid-range, leaving a little short. Claire Isaac into the ball game too for the Rams. Fresh off 16 points in the Rapid League, and Taylor Britt with the steal. Here he comes. The Rams captain.
Wow, super high IQ defensive play for Taylor Britt there. Was helping off in the gap. Kai did a good job to take the physicality, and then Taylor just stole his lunch. That's perfectly executed.
Oh, strong drive. Absorbed the contact at Lucas Sutherland. And he'll head to the Chemist Warehouse stripe to try and complete the three-point play.
Yeah, that was a tough finish. Got Lockie Ulbrich on the back foot there. Little up and under, absorbing the contact.
It was a little quiet on Thursday night. Lucas Sutherland, just 8 points on 3 of 12 shooting. Can't make it a three-point play, but 4 first quarter points here this afternoon. Britt, and a hand there. Foul will be on Kara. Basket won't count.
Rams done a good job early at recognising the potential fatigue that the Hawks will be in later in the game and trying to push them a little bit early, forcing them to play at pace. Knows that they're probably only 7-8 deep at max.
There's a Jackson Ball into the fray here for Hawke's Bay, the 16-year-old. Another who impressed in Rapid League earlier this afternoon. Double-digit scoring. Darling getting to work down low. How good is it to have Max Darling coming in on the second unit?
What a great privilege for Judd Flavel to look down and be able to sub a tall black in, right?
Oh, here's Ball, baseline drive and tough finish. Well, the teenager, we saw it in Rapid League and now in the Sal's NBL. Taylor Britt responds immediately.
That's a great answer. We saw a great physical bucket from Jackson Ball, but immediately Taylor Britt has answered, and we've seen him do that time and time again. Get downhill and force these guys to play defense and force them to run. And for the Hawks, it kills any chance of momentum off of that bucket too.
Dane Lavery into the ball game now for the Hawke's Bay Hawks, a local Canterbury product. Good find, Nartai. And a travel call though on Lavery. So Coach Gruggan going deeper to the bench. In this one, with fatigue, we suspect being a bit of a factor on the quick turnaround after the win over Nelson. Kobe Kara, Dane Lavery and Jackson Ball up off the bench, along with the starters Jordan Nartai and Lucas Sutherland.
And these guys will bring some energy, right? The young guys are always the ones coming off the bench with nothing to lose.
Buffin now. Can't get it to go, but gets another crack at it and makes the Hawks pay.
You just see Sam Gruggan with his head back in frustration at the moment. Another offensive rebound means that Rams are getting easy points. And with the Hawks unable to close the gap offensively, it's really hurting them.
And Tama Isaac's just come in for the Rams, and he's going to come out. I think he was signaling he's got cramp through his hamstring, potentially. It is worth mentioning, Tama Isaac played the best part of 30-odd minutes for the Canterbury under-20s at Nationals this morning in Rangiora. Dropped a 40-piece. Had 14 points in Rapid League over about 15 minutes, and yeah, third time unlucky for Tama Isaac in terms of ball games here today. He might be done. Sutherland makes both at the stripe.
He's still got 2 days left of the under-20s tournament as well. Not to mention he played 2 games yesterday.
Quarterfinals tomorrow morning.
Yeah, his body will be very mad at him right now. I spoke to him after the Rapid League game. He said he's very sore at the moment, so not surprised that he's come off early.
So that brings Taylor Britt back in. 1 minute and change to go in the first. Rams lead by 9. There is the older Isaac brother, Kaya. And he gets it Buffin down low late in the clock. And hits the front iron. Rebound there by Kara.
Great position though. Moved the ball really well and quickly, forcing the Hawks to rotate really fast. And that's a good look for Buffin. He just can't finish it.
Great hand up there by Darling to get in the way. And again, the Rams pushing that pace. Britt getting to the offhand. Oh, still finishes with the left on the right side. Taylor Britt.
Man, he's tough. There's not much you can do about him coming at you downhill with pace.
Up to 8 points on 4 of 5 shooting. The Rams captain. We've got an 8-second differential here between game and shot clock. Late in the first is Nartai from the car park. Back of the iron. And the shot clock goes off here. The Rams look to push further clear. Britt, Buffin, 3 ball, money. Woo! Great way to end the first quarter. If you're a Canterbury Rams fan, 33 points over the Hawks, 19. .14 first quarter buffer for the Canterbury Rams. 33 points to 19 they lead the Hawks. Nick Bewley here, Maya Williamson alongside. What's stood out for you in that opening 10?
The points in the paint, man. We knew they were going to be an issue, but 26 of their 33 in this first half being in the paint. Just the 1-3 for the Rams. It's clear these guys are absolutely eating up, and it's not only going by way of their big guys, but they're just pushing the pace and getting downhill on them, and Hawks currently really don't have an answer to stop that, and I think they're just capitalising really on the fatigue that could potentially come later on.
A little quiet too by the man with the ball there. Isaiah Moore just 1 of 7 from the field. 2 points for the league's leading scorer, averaging just shade under 25 a game as Ngatai spin move down low, tough finish. Jordan Ngatai putting this Hawks team on his shoulders, and we'll head to the Chemist Warehouse strike.
I thought it was a little bit of a quiet start from him. He had a couple of early buckets, but then didn't actually see a lot of the ball for the remainder of that first quarter. So to get the ball back in his hands and trying to get him at the rim, I think is a really good adjustment. They've obviously done a good scout on Isaiah Moore, who hasn't been successful. So to get the ball in the hands of Jordan Ngatai, I think is a strong move for the Hawks.
Just his 4th field goal attempt of the afternoon. Ngatai completes the 3-point play, cuts the Rams lead to 11. Taylor Britt to Darling down low. Can't get the finish over Josh Roberts, who's back into the ball game on 2 fouls.
It's a bit of a risk, but I think they really have to take it, considering the position they're in.
It remains a cold shooting afternoon for Moore, 1 of 8. Buffett, oh, lovely dish. And Mad Max hammers it home.
Can he go dunk of the year 2 years in a row?
Well, those who manage the Cowles Stadium gym are probably hoping not. Did some strengthening work on that hoop last year. Goodness gracious me.
Sorry, guys.
Brett gets the screen. Darling open. Mind the 3 ball. Decides to take on Roberts, who hits the deck hard there. Joshua Roberts, and gets the charge call.
I think it's a great call. Josh Roberts did a really good job staying in a cylinder, walling up, being disciplined, and took it right in the chest. Mad Max just downhill, head down, and barged right into him.
Well, ran by name and by nature here for Max Darling, is bunting his way down low. MJ Walker Jr. looks to check back in after a pretty handy 6 points in the first quarter. Ngatai, they go to him again. And a whistle and a foul on Buffin. Not all that happy with the call.
That's 2 now for Buffin as well. But it's not as detrimental for the Rams given the deep squad that they have.
Lockie Albrook on 2 fouls as well, looking to check back in. And another foul. This immediately is Walker Jr. It's in.
We did have that game against the Ears, was it? That was a ridiculous amount of fouls. Looking to be maybe on track for that kind of game once again.
Going to see more of the Albrook-Roberts matchup. Albrook aware there of what looked to be a inbound alley-oop play for Roberts off the screen. And Rasmussen in the corner, 4 on the shot clock. Needs to get it up. Create some separation for himself, just can't finish.
Grogan gave them a clap after that one, though. That's a high-quality look for Rasmussen at the end of the shot clock.
Good defensive work there by Sutherland, forcing a tough look for Walker Jr. Here's Rasmussen again with it. Silky finish from Keanu. Rasmussen brings about a Rams timeout.
Keanu's a really great downhill player, and that's definitely in the scout for the Rams. We've seen the way that he attacks off of closeouts and in transition as well. Likes to get at the rim, and he's doing just that at the moment, and I think that's going to be something that the Rams will speak about, learning to adjust to that. And if he gets hot alongside Jordan Ngatai, it's going to be a little bit dangerous for them. They're just lucky at the moment, I think, that Isaiah Moore is not performing the way that he typically does.
Well, Rasmussen, prior to Thursday's game, 4th in the league in scoring. To tick over 22 points a game. It's been a real revelation for the Hawks. And you said it earlier, Maya, when he was out with, it was an ankle injury in a couple of games prior to that win over the Giants. Back-to-back 20-point defeats. It's a real key cog in this Hawks roster. They're just sticking tough here in the second quarter, down by 11. They trailed by 14 at quarter time.
I think it'll remain that way. They're a team that plays with a lot of heart and integrity, and Coach Grogan has coached them really well. You can see they play really well-structured basketball, and I think that's going to be instrumental in them staying around. But it's just that it's the question of the depth. There's a huge question mark over Josh Roberts as well, especially since he has the task now of guarding Lockie Albrook. Is he going to be in positions where he is disadvantaged and has to give up a foul? You know, it's a huge question mark, I think.
Here is Walker Jr. bringing the ball up the floor with Britt in the corner. He'll get it now. In fact, it's to bide his time a touch. And good defensive pressure there by Isaiah Moore. Walker Jr. gets it back in the corner. Offensive rebound. Albrook back up. Pinballs around. And eventually ends up with the Hawks and Rasmussen, who then fires a wild pass, trying to find Jordan Ngatai.
These guys love to push in trans. There's a really good stop from Josh Roberts. Did a great job at disallowing Lockie a couple of easy shots. I think it would have been really nice for them to be able to capitalise in trans.
Here's Britt now. So silky, Taylor Britt. And he's up to 10 points now, leading all scorers.
And they're just layups, right? He's just going downhill at this Hawks defense. They just can't stay in front of him. They're too late on their help. And he's just getting, he's at a couple of right-hand layups as well.
Yeah, 5 or 6 from the field for Britt. And I mentioned earlier, really taking on a bigger offensive role in this Rams roster after the championship winning year last year.
It's amazing to kind of see, he's 27 now, he's the oldest in their team, and he's still only going up. You know, usually when they get to that point in their career, they maybe start to deplete a little bit or take a little bit of a back seat in terms of the offensive role. But to see him only climbing and getting better, being the eldest in the team, it's been awesome to see for Taylor Britt.
Ngatai with a trip to the Chemist Warehouse stripe, misses the first. Leading the scorers for the Hawks is Ngatai with 8. And free pizza for Cowles.
Do you reckon the commentators get free pizza as well?
Need to write that in our contracts, I feel. As Britt finds Walker Jr. Ball movement here by the Rams. Darling fires away from deep. And just the Rams' second three-pointer of the ball game pushes them 16 points clear, largest lead of the game.
Yeah, super timely for Max Darling. We know he can execute those. And Isaiah Moore having himself a little bit of a shocker. Rams really putting their foot down in this one.
Yeah, really uncharacteristic from Isaiah Moore. Such as his class. Well, it's a matter of when, not if. He'll find his groove in this one. Walker Jr. now. Well, we mentioned it in pre-game, Maya. Is this going to be it where they get cooking from deep?
Touch wood. The Hawks currently sitting in a 2-3 zone as well, which encourages three-point shooting. And it's a smart move considering the Rams are almost last in three-point percentage in the league, but looks like they're deciding to capitalize, and a little bit of space is a little bit deadly for the Rams. Today might be the day.
Well, especially Walker Jr., who's right up there in terms of 3 points made per game in the NZNBL this season. And just sitting at second behind Isaiah Le'afa. The foul's on Max Darling. That's his third. Just quickly crept up the fouls there for Max. 3 fouls in 6 minutes.
Might be a new record.
Sends Rasmussen to the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
They've played pretty disciplined defense for the most part, but just being exposed and lack of rotation, some offensive rebounds means they're in the bonus already, really early on to be in the bonus, and the Hawks haven't given up any fouls on the counterpart in this quarter.
Albrecht with it up top. Walker Jr. again wide open. Can't get that one to fall. How mindful are the Hawks of that foul situation as Roberts looked at slam it home, but swatted from behind.
Would have been great for the Hawks to have that one as well.
Buffin now down low. Roberts came across. And a whistle and a foul. Who will it be on? Looks like it is on Lucas Sutherland. His second.
And KJ walked to the free throw line with a ear-to-ear grin as well. Managed to go downhill and get a foul against a double team. Quite an impressive feat. And the Rams just looking like they have 5 threats on the floor at the moment. Makes it tough for the Hawks to guard. And, you know, who do they put their main attention on?
Coming off a season-high 26 points is KJ Buffin last week against the Wellington Saints. And maintains his near perfect record at the free throw stripe. 95%, I believe, just the one miss this season.
Wow.
That's stat chat for you, Mike.
Yeah, that is, you've taken my breath away a little bit there, Nick.
There's another baseline drive from Ball. Kicks it out, Ngatai, Rasmussen. He's been far more involved here in the second quarter, Keanu Rasmussen, but can't get that one to go.
Tough gig to finish something like that over the long length of KJ Buffin.
And Taylor Britt has put in the young rookie Jackson Ball through his paces there as we take a second look on the GJ Gardner Holmes replay.
Taylor Britt just an amazing awareness at the moment. These Hawks guys are really going to struggle to defend him downhill, and you know they look tired already, don't they? Just walking off, heads hung low, and they're taking their time to get to the timeout. And Taylor Britt has really taken advantage of that.
There's a timeout called by Hawke's Bay. Sam Gruggan, the coach, you can see there deep in conversation with the point official. Now down 21. And interestingly, Maya, no Jared Kenny so far in the NBL contest. Did play limited minutes in Rapid League. There's the crowd well and truly up and about. There's free stuff being launched into the stands.
Don't you love free stuff?
We feel like the focus of that huddle there will be in the Hawke's Bay Hawks.
Sorry, I can't even hear you over there. I think it is tough at the moment. They're shooting only 39% from the field as well, so they've actually had a couple of high-quality looks, especially these last few positions. Counter Rasmussen has got to the rim quite nicely, but just haven't been able to execute out of that, I think. But it all comes from the defensive end, right? These guys love to go in trans. If they can get stops and go out and go in trans, get them on the rim. Counter Rasmussen, Isaiah Moore, Josh Roberts, Luke Sutherland, all in trans are really, really strong. But it comes from that defensive end, getting stops and allowing them to go out in those trans opportunities.
Yeah, they're going to need more out of their star import point guard, Isaiah Moore, as well. 1 of 8. It's the 2 points. Plus minus of minus 21. A couple of turnovers as well. Conversely, the Rams point guard, that man there in the middle of your screen, Taylor Britt, having himself another big afternoon. Up to 13 points. 6 of 7 from the field.
Rams now in a 2-3 zone as well. You can see just the Hawks being forced to play really high, almost close to that halfway line.
Oh, good work there by Moore, absorbing the contact. In the bucket to go, but with his head down and getting into the Chemist Warehouse strike.
I think that's important for the Hawks, is that he continues to do what he typically does. Obviously hasn't had a lot of luck. He's had a couple of shots that have just rimmed out, but he's been able to get to the rim and get 2 feet in the paint successfully, and he has done all season long, so there's no reason why he should stop now.
Makes the first, does more, his first free throw attempt of the ball game as well, midway through the second quarter. And makes them both. A 20-point ball game. And the Hawks need some stops. And a whistle there on the Walker Jr. drive. Aiden Tonge into the ball game as well for the Rams. Lockie Albrecht able to take a seat along with Max Darling. And again, just speaks to the depth of the Canterbury Rams. Such an area of strength. And a big reason they sit second in the Sal's NBL with a 9-2 win-loss record. Britt gets around Moore, and Moore fouls late on Britt.
Taylor Britt, clearly someone that the Hawks just cannot stop at the moment. Isn't even doing anything flashy, just really able to get at the rim and downhill on his left hand or right hand, on ball screen or not.
Well, this rate tracking towards the season high, which is 24 points. He's achieved twice this season. It's the Bulls and the Airs. Already up to 14 points, make that 15. And the Rams hit 50.
Wow, yeah, high scoring half for them, and mainly at the rim, right? Haven't really had a lot of success from beyond the arc once again. But the fact that they're able to score 50 points without it is deadly.
Yeah, 32 points in the paint. They are feasting as ball crashes into Buffin. The Rasmussen 3-ball goes down, but it won't count. And an offensive foul on young Jackson Ball.
We saw a lot of that from him in the Rapid League game, as being on that wing and attacking off of a reversal pass. He got an and one with it earlier. I think it's going to be a key part. He can do it against his physicality. He's only 16 years old, but he's very much willing to go out and be aggressive and absorb contact and finish. And for a team that is lackluster in scoring at the moment, I don't think it's a bad option.
A rear win there for the Hawks with a rear miss from Taylor Britt as Lucas Sutherland looks to respond coast to coast. Can't get the finger roll to go. It's been that sort of afternoon on both ends for Hawke's Bay. Tonge. It's up a tough shot. Doesn't drop. Moore now. Ball in the corner. Ngatai open. Should go down. Does. And boy, did they need that, Hawke's Bay. Timeout called by the Rams.
That was instrumental at the moment. You know, could have been a make at the other end for the Rams, so that's instrumental. Still down 20, but Jordan Knight, I think, is a guy, I said it earlier, they need to go to him a lot more. He's a prolific scorer, he's experienced, he's strong, he can shoot. 8 points already. Hasn't put up a whole lot of shots, right? Only 4 attempts so far, and hasn't seen a lot of the ball really in their offense. I think that's something they can go to a lot more.
And Judd Flavel, I'm sure, will be reminding his Rams roster of that Ngatai threat. Yeah, curious to see just well, that was the 5th field goal attempt, in fact, for Ngātai's up to 11 points after that 3. Very much feel like the ball needs to fall in his hands more if the Hawks are going to work their way back into this contest.
100%. They have scoring threats outside of him, but the fact that he's only put up 5 shots in almost one half of basketball is really surprising to me, considering the way that he performed against the Giants not long ago. He's had plenty of years experience in this league. He's a tall black. He can shoot the ball and he can get to the rim as well. You know, I don't see a reason why not.
Yeah, 9 of 16 from the field, 5 of 9 from 3 on Thursday night. Jordan Ngatai against the Giants, season high 29 points. His 6th 20-point game of the season. Season pro in this league, Jordan Ngatai. And every bit of his experience this afternoon, Hawke's Bay just 31 points and 3:15 to play in the half. And full court pressure here, just mixing it up. Hawke's Bay, why not?
It's brave of them, considering the fatigue they might be. But they do need to apply a little bit more pressure and disallow the Rams to get comfortable.
15-footer there by Walker Jr. I'll get it to go, but again, whether it's Ulbrich or Darling, on this occasion it's Aiden Tonge. Working the glass, trying to create a second chance opportunity, and earning himself a trip to the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Something that Aiden Tonge specialises in for this Rams team as well. Knows his role and knows what he can do to contribute on the court, and especially with a mismatch with Keanu Rasmussen, a little bit smaller and less strong.
Makes the second, does Tonge. And it's back to a 20-point ball game.
Still in the zone of the Rams.
Ball, deep 3. How good, Jackson Ball. No fear.
No fear, and rightfully so. He is a great 3-point shooter, and the Rams in that 2-3 zone encourages those kind of shots, and Jack Level's going to be willing to sacrifice those.
There's another strong rebound by Tonge, who can't get the second chance shot to fall. And that's up to offensive rebound number 7 for the Rams. And take a second look at that. Ball 3. He's 16 years of age. Oh, great recovery by the young fella. Walter Brown thought he was going to easily just put it up and in. Swatted out of the gym.
Jackson Ball showing he can get it done on both ends, and like you said, he's not afraid of this kind of contest. And I think that's the attitude that these bench players for the Hawks really need to have in their current state.
Rasmussen now, look good off the hand, is good. Hawks finding a bit of momentum. Back-to-back threes, cut it to 14.
Looking like they've kind of found their identity outside of Isaiah Moore. He typically begins their offense with an on-ball and facilitates out of that. A lack of that has completely changed the dynamic, but they've really found themselves, I think, getting a little bit more comfortable, these other guys playing a role.
And here is Ball with it once more. The Hawks second in the league for 3-point percentage, 34% clip. And Rasmussen now trying to get around Isaac. Oh, circus shot. Don't believe it'll count. Foul before the shooting motion. But as you mentioned earlier, Maya, the Rams have been in the bonus for quite some time. And Keanu Rasmussen will head to the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Notably, though, they hit that 5 foul mark at about 8 minutes and haven't fouled since, I don't think, until now. So they're adjusting to their discipline, but you don't want to give away too many free trips, especially for Keanu Rasmussen, who's a high-quality free throw shooter.
Makes them both, does Rasmussen, and Rams coach Judd Flavel's seen enough of this mini run here at Hawke's Bay. He's gone back to his big guns off the bench. Olbrich back in.
No Josh Roberts for the Hawks either, which means Lockie's almost got a hit on Luke Sutherland at the moment, and he'll like this matchup.
Screen by Olbrich on Walker Jr. Wayward pass. Brown had to jump up to collect. Buffin, Isaac in the corner. Can't get the roll. Tip to ball. Here comes the transition to Hawke's Bay. Sutherland. Oh, difficult shot. And Olbrich with the rebound.
Not a great look in transition, I don't think. Thought they could have been a little bit more patient out of that. And then in turn, Rams get a bucket, right?
Tough finish by Kaya Isaac. Under a minute to play here in the half. Moore with a tough drive. Late whistle on Isaiah Moore. And the foul's on Olbrich. That'll be his third. We'll take a second look on the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. I suspect rather than straight up, they being the coin officials, believe it was into Moore there as he went up with the shot attempt.
Lockie Olbrich just asking Judd, what am I supposed to do in that situation as he comes off the court? You can understand the frustration. Just trying to wall up against a strong Isaiah Moore, and gets whistled for it.
Yeah, just the 11 minutes for Olbrich on 3 fouls, 6 points, 6 rebounds as Moore makes both free throws. And Coach Gruggan goes to the bench with Lavery and Curra in. 12-point ball game all of a sudden. It's been a decent little response here by Hawke's Bay, but need to do better than that defensively. Kaya Isaac just waltzing in to the paint down low and adding 2.
Yeah, that's not a breakdown of any sort. That's just a lack of ability to contain one-on-one, and you can't really get away with that in the Sal's NBL. Need to be able to guard for at least 2 or 3 dribbles or more. Not allow just easy open layups.
Ball can't hit on that 3. Ngatai tries to contest the rebound, and smart play this one by Aiden Tonge, calling the player timeouts with 13.3 seconds remaining in the half.
Executing defensively in the half court is going to be really essential for these Hawks boys here. And the Rams have looked to push the pace and also capitalise on these young guns being on the court. You see Kaya and Taylor especially seeing they have a younger matchup and just hunting that and going downhill. They're going to have to hold their own and disallow a shot here.
So Brown with the inbound. It's a Taton. Shot clock off, of course. Should be last possession of the half. Isaac with Kara in front. Between the legs a couple of times. Crossover. Shoulder into the chest, but offensive foul. Good work there by young Kobe Kara.
It's a high quality look for Kaya Isaac, just a little too aggressive with that shoulder bump. And Kobe Cutter did a great job taking it in the chest.
So 0.7 of a second currently left on the clock, but the court officials just over here at the bench. And subs able to come back in. And the starters, Rasmussen and Sutherland, in for Kara and Lavery. And just figure out exactly how long we have left in this first half, and we might even have an immediate player timeout as well as soon as this ball is advanced.
Wow, how'd you do that, Nick? That's amazing.
Yeah. 1.7 seconds, so an extra second added. Plenty of time to get a shot up here for the Hawks, who did trail by 14 at quarter time, and that remains the margin here late in the second quarter.
You know, there was a point, a bit of a stretch in that quarter where it did look like it would extend out a lot more than that.
Yeah.
You know, got to 20 and probably had the potential to go higher than that. I think they've done a good job at clawing it back a little bit, making it a bit more respectable. And honestly, I think they've competed really, really well. I don't think even 14 points is necessarily reflective of the level of competition at the moment.
Sutherland back to Ngatai, corner three. Oh, wasn't far away for Jordan Ngatai, but that'll do it. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first half, it is the Canterbury Rams, the defending NBL champions, who lead the Hawks 55-41. Taylor Britt leading all scorers with 15 points, 6 of 8 from the field. KJ Buffin as well chiming in with 11. On the Hawks side, Jordan Ngatai with 11 points, Keanu Rasmussen with 10. As we send it down to Maya, who has Taylor Britt.
Great start for you guys, 33 points in the first quarter. You've slowed down a little bit now. What kind of starts has changed a little bit for you?
I guess they're shooting a lot of free throws, so are we, so that slows the game down a lot. So we've got to be able to play a bit of defense, play off our fouling.
Awesome. And what are your focus points going into the second half?
Play a bit of defense and don't foul.
And what about offensively?
Keep getting to the hoop.
Awesome. Good luck for the second half. Tough start for you guys. What went well for the Rams that really hurt you guys?
They're just getting downhill on us. We've got to be better on defense.
Cool. That's the focus points going into the second half?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Anything offensively you guys are looking to focus on?
Just get our spacing better and hit shots.
Awesome. Thank you for good luck.
Thoughts there, Taylor Britt and Jordan Ngatai. Time for a short break here on Sky Sport. Plenty to come here in the second half, where the Rams will have a 14-point lead. Welcome back to Cowles Stadium in Christchurch. NZNBL action on your Saturday afternoon where the Canterbury Rams lead the Hawke's Bay Hawks 55-41 as we take a look inside the Rams dressing room. Nick Bewley, Maya Williamson alongside the Rams shooting at a 50% clip. Again, very much a collective effort for Taylor Britt. He's just going from strength to strength this season. 15 points on 6 of 8 shooting. What are you made of it all in the first 20 minutes?
Taylor Britt just being Taylor Britt, getting downhill and getting layups. You know, he knows that he can do that, and he's capitalising on these mismatches at the moment. And he said he just needs to keep getting at the rim. That was his focus point for the second half, and all of them need to do that. There's a potential for a fatigue like we already spoke about. And I think that's really been a key point for these guys, is just getting at the rim and getting points in the paint. They have 36 of them at the moment at their 55, and, you know, why would you stop?
Conversely for the Hawks, as we take a look at the key stats, courtesy of our stats partner, the Chemist Warehouse. And it's been interesting to see Jordan Nartai. Feels like he's just picked up from where he left off on Thursday night, season high 29 points. But I'm slightly surprised to see, you know, how few shots he's put up in that first half. 4 of 6 shooting, where they've gone to Isaiah Moore, understandably, as the league leading scorer, but it hasn't been his afternoon.
It has not been his afternoon at all. 1 from 8. Probably his worst game so far this season for sure. And I spoke about, he is really the vital part of their offense. He begins all of their offenses out of an on-ball screen or a downhill attack and then facilitates from there. They've actually moved away from that strategy at the moment, given his bad luck. And Jordan Nartai has been awesome, like we spoke about. He's 11 points leading their team, and 2 from 4 from the three-point line as well. He's also played all 20 minutes, so to see him not getting the ball and not getting a lot of shots up is really surprising. And I think we had hoped that that's something that they go to in the second half.
And you wonder how much fatigue is a factor here. The short turnaround after that win over the Giants will be interesting to see if the Hawks can keep it close here in the second half, or the Rams will win their 9th straight in Sal's NBL. Time for another break. Sky Sport, the second half on the other side. Isn't he out of the States soon-ish? Or is that at the end of the season?
Oh, that'll be at the end of the season, I think. Damn. Crazy.
Welcome back to Cowles Stadium in Christchurch, where the Canterbury Rams are looking the goods again in season 2024. A 14-point lead over the Hawke's Bay Hawks. Nick Bewley, Maya Williamson alongside. A couple of minutes out from the start of the second half, and you can still get involved with our mix and pick poll. Simple as who will win and by how much. Just scan that QR code there. Every time you vote, of course, you go in to win some delicious Sal's pizza. Interesting to see from pre-game, more people expecting it to blow out here, Maya. The 34% now with the Rams by 13 or more.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I think they came up to a really hot start and they've looked really good consistently. Last time they had a quarter like this, they lost hold of it a little bit against the Nuggets. They had a really good 30-point first quarter and then slipped away a little bit. Now, this time around, they've kind of held on to that consistency, and the Hawks have really struggled, I think, on the other end, especially when you have the league's leading scorer having a terrible night, respectfully. Yeah, I think I'm not surprised to see it go that way. You'd hope it doesn't go that way, but, you know, by the looks of it at the moment, the Rams are looking pretty damn good.
You hope from a contest standpoint that the Hawks can really come out of the gate here early in this third quarter, throw the first punch and get it back down to single digits again, and then just sort of see what the Rams are made of. But it will be interesting. Of course, the first of two games here on Sky Sport this afternoon. We will send it up to Auckland after this one. Tamaki Makaurau, the Tuatara taking on the Saints. Juicy game, that one.
That is a juicy game. Fun way to describe it there, Nick. Yeah, the Saints looking awesome at the moment. The Tuatara obviously on top. And two MVP candidates. So Rob Lowe and Corey Reeves are the top two MVP candidates coming out of one team. Seems a little unfair, almost.
It's a very well-built roster the Tuatara have assembled. We're good to go here to start the second half. Rams with possession. And floor marshal Taylor Britt leading the way with 15 points. And there he is once more creating that separation and picks up from where he left off. TB up to 17.
He's an incredible downhill threat. We've seen him attack and get to the rim, but his ability to just stop on a dime and create that separation off a step back almost never misses that mid-range as well. If they can't get a hold on him, the Hawks won't have a chance.
Rasmussen finds Ngatai in the corner. And drive here and hook shot. Jordan Ngatai is deep in the bag there.
That's what he's really good at doing, is attacking off of a ball reversal. He spoke at halftime about the fact that they need to improve their spacing a little bit. You see him deep in the corner and then able to attack a long closeout. Looks perfect.
MJ Walker draws the foul and will head to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Has been a lot of free throw shooting in that first half. 10 of 11 for the Canterbury Rams. 13 of 17, interestingly, for the Hawks. 28, make that 29 attempts in all. Has been physical.
Has been really physical. That physicality started in the Rapid League, really. A lot of aggressiveness there, and it hasn't let up.
Longest Rapid League game of all time, maybe? 40-odd minutes. And a foul call here on Walter Brown. Oh, there, bit of a tangle there. And a tango with Joshua Roberts. Going to stay with Hawke's Bay. We trail by 16. Can Isaiah Moore get cooking here in the second half? Kicks it to the hot hand, Ngatai. Deep three. Oh, wayward from Jordan Ngatai out to the left.
Taylor Britt started that defensive possession, getting in front of Isaiah Moore, putting a chest in front of him and neutralising him completely, and then the Rams just forcing Ngatai into a contested step back. That's exactly what you want if you're the Rams.
Interesting little adjustment, just noticed my Max Darling starting this third quarter. Lockie Albrecht remaining to our left here on the bench is Roberts with the rebound.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure why Judd Flavel has taken it to be that way. Not necessarily a bad adjustment. Maybe want to go small ball and run and trans.
Oh,
wow.
Joshua Roberts on the trampoline. Whew. That was something. Darling. Oh, get a little excited. Got a little excited. Just dial it back.
Deep breaths, Nick. Deep breaths.
Just know what he's capable of at that very end too. More. Oh, the lid remains on. He can't believe it. How did that not drop?
I'm not sure what else you can do if you're Isaiah Moore, right?
Oh, silky pass. Taylor Britt out the back of the hand, but Darling can't finish. That would have been a highlight play we would have seen next week. Rasmussen now getting in and around, and that's a really nice finish from Keanu Rasmussen.
Keanu's done a great job at shouldering a lot more of this offensive load, as Isaiah Moore having a shocker of a night. Just being willing to be aggressive and go downhill a lot more frequently than he typically does. But Taylor Britt cannot be stopped.
Up to 19 points now. Taylor Britt, 8 of 10, super efficient, to go along with 5 assists as well.
Doesn't even look tired either.
I don't think I've ever seen Taylor Britt look tired.
No. Maybe he's never felt tired in his life.
A bit of contact there on that drive. Max Darling would have caught a finger in the eye potentially as well. This is a little bit shaken up. MJ Walker Jr. now pushing the pace. And that was a little bit too easy.
He came out really strong and then kind of has been a little bit quiet since, but in the second half has ignited a little bit more. I've seen a little bit more of an aggressive mindset from him. Just stepping up when he needs to.
Oh, great recovery and blocked by Buffin. Prior to the whistle. And the foul, I believe, is on MJ Walker Jr.
That contesting of the offensive rebounds from Josh Roberts forces these Rams guys out of rotation quite frequently. So he gets up there and almost creates another position for his team.
Oh, wayward pass there. And that'll be a backcourt violation.
Not often does Jordan Ngatai misjudge the distance on something like that.
Been a pretty entertaining start to this third quarter. Jumped out of the gates. Have the Rams. In fact, it's a 10-8 third quarter in favour of the home team. Oh, fade away, Max Darling, okay.
In his bag. Max Darling, I don't know how often I've seen him shoot that shot, but I like it.
Finally, Isaiah Moore gets his second field goal midway through the third quarter.
Yeah, he'll be relieved to see that one go through. Strong post move from a guy who's not overly tall. It's been a big element of his game. If he can get going, things could get interesting.
Front iron on the corner three from KJ Buffin. Could that be the moment? It's lit the fuse here for Isaiah Moore. Goes to Sutherland, 3-ball. Off to the left.
Not 100% sure about that. Bit of an early shot, and these guys need to be getting quality looks every possession.
Subs ready to come in for both teams. Jackson Ball got to get his boarding pass for the Hawks as Josh Roberts just says, get out of town, Taylor Britt.
Get that out of here. Not in the Cowles cauldron.
It's going to stay with Hawke's Bay. I reckon we'll get a second look here at that swat. Oh, you let him know too.
It's not surprising, right? Josh Roberts second in the league in blocks. A little bit of height over Taylor Britt. Just a little.
Another foul on Walter Brown. The fouling just becoming I'm not sure if I quite categorise it as an issue yet for the Rams, but they're pushing the envelope a touch, particularly in that second quarter, and that's extended through to the third.
You can see the aggressive mindset for them, especially given we've spoken about the lack of depth for the Hawks. If they can get up and be aggressive, it consumes a lot of their Hawks' energy.
Oh, lovely pass, and Joshua Roberts had to adjust in mid-air. How about the outlet pass from Albrook, who was left wide open? I think Roberts was a little busy enjoying his moment there offensively. Missed the next assignment.
It always feels like as the Hawks start to crawl back, the Rams just put their foot down once again. They really haven't been able to get on such a run that the Rams need to call a timeout. But am I speaking too early? Possibly. Isaiah Moore getting to a shot and looking a lot more comfortable in the second half.
Buffin now just get round Ngatai. Up and in. Count it. And the foul.
Once again, it's that trading buckets. Hawks are finding their momentum a little bit. Found some consistency, and Isaiah Moore is finally able to put leather through lace, but they have to get stops on the other end to make it a ball game.
Third foul on Ngatai. Buffin continues his efficient free throw shooting ways. And it's back out to a 17-point lead. Just can't push it out of the teens, can the Hawks. Here is Ball. Tries to get a pass to Roberts. Great hands by Albrook. And how about the shovel pass, Brown? Oh, Isaac did pretty well to keep it inbound. I believe last touched off a Canterbury Ram hand.
This game has just been pace on pace. These boys have not slowed down one bit.
Timeout called by Hawke's Bay. And you feel it might be just to take a breath.
100%. I need to take a breath. I'm getting tired just sitting here watching it. I think a smart adjustment for Sam Grogan could be the injection of Jared Kenny. Haven't seen him at all. I think that's pretty surprising. Maybe he's spent all of his energy in that rapid league game. I don't know.
Highlight show, of course, every Tuesday night here on Sky Sports, 7:30. Plenty of highlights coming from the Cowles Cauldron in the course of this season. And as mentioned, the second game, I reckon there'll be a few highlights from as well. Tuatara Saints, 7:30 for NBL, 6:30 Rapid League.
Yeah, that's going to be a monster of a game. I'm looking forward to that one. Tuatara, the only team topping the Rams at the moment.
Great crowd in, great to see the youngsters enjoying themselves. Seeing their heroes up close is one of the great things about Cowles Stadium, how close you feel to the action. Not a bad seat in the house. Interesting to see the adjustment here from Hawke's Bay after the timeout. Jackson Ball still out on the floor among a quartet of starters. There is Ngatai, Barronson in front, tipped by Buffin. Just 2 seconds left in the shot clock, prayer time. Isaiah Moore, it wasn't too far away.
That was a great defensive position for the Rams. Jordan Ngatai had that low block catch that he loves to operate out of and just sent an immediate double, which made him pretty much useless, then got the tip on the kick out. Exactly what you want if you're the Rams.
Now a second chance here, courtesy of the offensive rebound by Walter Brown. Kai Isaac tries to find Albrook, tipped. And now here's the outlet pass for Moore, who is starting to find his groove here in the third quarter. Isaiah Moore.
There he goes again.
Oh, the steal, the hustle. Oh, the swap by Buffin. A bit doing on that passage of play. And it's going to amount in 2 attempts for Isaiah Moore at the Chemist Warehouse strike.
You see that Isaiah Moore as a stat king. He's also 4th in the league in steals with 1.9 a game. And he's obviously taken advantage of the fact that Kai Isaac is not a totally comfortable point guard. Hasn't always played the point. in his prior career, and the lack of Taylor Britt on the court means he has to take that roll up, and Isaiah Moore just took advantage of that completely.
Well, he was 6 points, 1 of 8 shooting at the half. He's gone more than double that now. He's up to 14 points and 5 of 14 shooting, and makes the first of his 2 free throw attempts there. Just what the doctor ordered if you're a Hawke's Bay Hawks fan.
Won't be as easy for him to do that when he has Taylor Britt back on the court, unfortunately.
There is Britt with it now. Looks around the Ulrich screen. Pulls up from the elbow. Whistle and a foul on the rebound. And it will remain with the Rams. Have noticed, Omai, that they're forcing Britt into perhaps some slightly tougher looks rather than those sort of comfortable layups that we saw in the first half.
Yeah, I think the switch or the drops coverage, whatever they're settling with, means that Josh Roberts is the coverage for Taylor Britt, and that's forcing him into some tougher looks. He obviously doesn't want to go straight at the rim and get it swatted once again by Josh Roberts, and that forces him to take a slightly longer contested mid-range. I think any coach is willing to give up that type of shot.
Oh, great patience there by Tucky Farrington, who just misses the gimme. Cannot believe it, but does draw the foul. And we head to the stripe. More free throws.
He'll be kicking himself for that miss, that's for sure.
Oh.
Interestingly, though, that was the same play that Lockie Ulbrich got that massive dunk from against the Ears to seal the game. Gets them every time, apparently.
He's so well drilled and disciplined out of those inbound sets are the Rams. Farrington makes them both. On return from an ankle injury, Tucky Farrington. He goes back to a 15-point ball game. 2.5 to go in the third. And the Hawks get it down to single digits. There's more again.
Wow.
Well, I spoke about lighting the fuse. It's well and truly lit now, I reckon.
Yeah, he went from having a lid on the rim to not being able to miss at all. I think that's the Isaiah Moore that we're used to seeing, and he's found his feet a little bit, got comfortable. And you could just see how much that changes the dynamic of the Hawks team completely. When he gets going, it's like a completely different 5 out there.
Guilty of being a bit over-eager, though, on the way back. Just his second foul, though, so not an issue there for Hawke's Bay as Britt makes the first.
Yeah, the Hawks, though, you don't want to put the Rams at the line too much and give them multiple opportunities to continue to extend the lead, especially as they find their feet a little bit more offensively.
A 20-piece now for Taylor Britt, up to 21 points on the back of those free throws. It's Rasmussen. Oh! How did that not fall in?
Defied gravity on the rim for a few seconds as well.
He's got the foul call. Some more free throws here in this ball game. Rasmussen heading for attempts 20 and 21 for the Hawks.
That's quite a few. Been really impressed with Rasmussen this game, taking on a way bigger load now that, well, you know, prior to his hot streak, Isaiah Moore was pretty cold. Rasmussen took on a huge role. A young guy as well, only 20 years of age, so impressive to see him step up.
We're now up to 14 points, Rasmussen, and a 13-point ball game. As Ulrich now puts his head down, can't get the roll. Moore with the rebound.
Pretty quiet night for Lockie Ulbrich. Haven't really needed his presence a lot, but yeah, hasn't been totally aggressive.
Yeah, 8 points, 6 rebounds. So the averages in the 20-point range, and Isaiah Moore is just putting his fingerprints all over this third quarter.
Now that is Isaiah Moore. I don't know how he puts those balls to the hoop. That's incredible, and just has completely changed the game.
14 points third quarter for the import. As Walker Jr. can't get that tough drive to go. Here come the Hawks. They can cut it to single digits here. Rasmussen not mucking about and draws another foul. attempts 22 and 23 coming up for Hawke's Bay.
And that all started with their defence. As you see, that really tough shot from Jimmy Walker Jr. Interestingly, Lockie Ulbrich had a wide open seal on Isaiah Moore. Decided not to go with that. Forced up a tough shot, and then Hawks got into their favourite transition. It all starts from defence, and the ignition of Isaiah Moore has completely changed the dynamic of this game.
Rasmussen misses the first. Isaiah Moore 1 of 8 in the first half, 6 of 8 in the third quarter.
There he is. I knew he had it in him.
10-point ball game. The Hawks hanging tough. A minute and change to go in the third. Britt just pulls it out. Finds a wide open Isaac in the corner. Big time bucket from Kaya.
That is super timely for the Rams. He hasn't shot well this season. And I love the confidence to just stroke it from the corner. That's exactly what they needed.
Oh, how about that? Rasmussen's found his feet too in this third quarter. Britt now, coast to coast. And last touched off his thigh. That's how the coin officials have seen it. We'll take another look at that Kaya Isaac 3. Just the 4th three-pointer made by the Rams. 4 of 14 as a team. We have a 6-second differential thereabouts between game and shot clock.
Yeah, Isaiah Moore looking to be patient, giving some direction.
Oh, alley-oop play, the pass just a little off to the right. And Josh Roberts, was he fouled on the way up and the way down? No call. So the Rams will get another go. With 8.9 seconds on the game clock, the shot clock's turned off. Britt, will he go his zone? Ulbrich, oh, looked like he was going upstairs. He sort of caught in two minds there between dunking and passing, and somewhere in between the two. Thought he deserved a foul call as well. And the whistle was put away. An entertaining fourth quarter still to come here from Cowles Stadium, where the Rams lead by 11. Welcome out of Cowles Stadium in Christchurch. An entertaining, enthralling third quarter we've just played witness to there, with the Hawks hanging about, having trailed by 14 at halftime. Just eating into the lead a touch of the Canterbury Rams, who are up by 11. It's 79-68. Nick Yulee with Maya Williamson alongside. Well, that's the Isaiah Moore we've seen in season 2024. What a turnaround.
Super lackluster first half, and then in that third quarter erupted for 14 points and just finished absolutely everything. And in turn from that, the entire game shifted and the dynamic of the Hawks looked completely different, and it just felt completely different in here. And I think that's going to be huge for them coming into this quarter. They found their feet a little bit, and that could be dangerous for the Rams.
Rams' largest lead of the game was 22. The Hawks have done well to fight their way back. As Moore flings it out to Sutherland in the corner. Opts against the shot. Ngatai now with the drive. Can't get the hook, and then just has it stripped by Walter Brown.
That's a great position for the Hawks. A good find to the corner from Isaiah Moore initially, and Jordan Ngatai, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Olbrich to Brown down low, and up and in, a little easy. And get involved without MVP poll, mix and pick. Taylor Britt, certainly a contender, leading all scorers with 21 points.
There he is.
Isaiah Moore now leads all scorers with 22 out of absolutely nowhere.
What an absolute turnaround. But that's a professional mindset. Just keep going with what he usually does, and it worked out eventually for him. As you see, major physicality between the two bigs.
The third on Roberts. He's done pretty well, Moy, to stay disciplined after, I think it was 2 fouls in the first quarter.
It was 2 fouls in the first quarter, and that put a big question mark over the Hawks' depth. Still only 5 bench points for the Hawks compared to 21 from the Rams.
Max Darling seeing a lot of minutes as Rasmussen's got an arm wrapped around Olbrich there. Easy call for the coin official.
They will know a lot about each other as well, growing up in Adelaide together. Spoke to Lockie last night about Keanu and had all great things to say. Says he's real proud of how far he's come and what he's doing at the moment.
Darling left alone in the corner. Oh, but a couple too many wheat bix on that one. And again, another whistle. It's a push down low. That one, I believe, on Walter Brown. It'll be Hawks' possession. Rasmussen is creeping up to, that was his 4th foul. Ngatai on 4 fouls as well. And the Hawks have to live dangerously with 2 of their key cogs. There is one of them, Rasmussen. Sutherland can't get that 3-ball to go. Roberts again trying his utmost. From a rebound standpoint, he's had 4 offensive rebounds tonight, Joshua Roberts. 9 total. Couldn't haul that one in.
And he is the only one that has rebounded offensively for the Hawks. Their team only at 4 apiece. The Rams with 10. That's a stark difference in generating second chance points.
And I feel like on the whole, the Hawks have done a much better job on Lockie Olbrich as Roberts cuts the deficit to single digits. Let's not forget Lockie Olbrich's season high 35 points the last time these two teams met. Tonight, far more ineffective. Just 8 points for the South Australian.
I think the great thing about this Rams team is someone shows up when they need it to.
Speaking of,
sometimes it's Jimmy Walker. It's been Taylor Britt today. Haven't necessarily needed Lockie Olbrich.
And even that brought about a golf clap there by Hawks coach Sam Gruggan. That's just too good. There's Roberts again fighting for the rebound. And his effort is rewarded. Well, the coin officials are just going to have a wee committee meeting. It was initially called Hawks possession, and it's been overturned.
No arguments there from anyone in the Hawks. So it's probably a fair call.
And the heart rate of Judd Flavel can just drop a touch.
And the entire Rams bench that stood up with them.
It was down that end. Travel call on Kaya Isaac. Slipped a touch, carried that back leg. Brings out a wry smile. The eyebrow raised there of the Rams head coach. 12-point ball game to tick over 7 minutes to play. Good contest, this one. Just when it looked like it was going to blow out. Sutherland kicks it back out to Rasmussen. 7 left on the shot clock. Oh, great defence there. KJ Buffin, who has some words after.
We know how much KJ loves to talk. Watched him in Rams training a few weeks ago, and man, he needed a little bit of a mute button, I think.
So 4 left on the shot clock here. Sutherland's going to have to put it up, you'd think. Can't get it to go. Albrecht with the rebound.
Bucket here could be huge for the Rams, putting their foot down on the momentum a little bit.
Albrecht calling for it, like the matchup. But it's Walker Jr. who fires away. A little ISO ball there. There's Rasmussen now. Comes downhill, around the back. Slings it out to Sutherland. Ngatai catches Buffin in the air. Another one of these hook shots doesn't go. Oh, Roberts, another offensive rebound, but can't get it up and in.
Jordan Ngatai loves to attack a long closeout, and that's a great look. He slowed down a lot from his first half performance. I think I'd like the ball to be in the hands of Isaiah Moore a little bit, being the one to generate positions downhill.
Oh, Taylor Britt brings about the timeout by Hawke's Bay. And he's up to 23 points, just shy of matching that season high as we take a second look.
Wow, I don't even know how that's physically possible to get it up like that.
He just contorted the wrist there, staying with the favoured left hand, inside out.
Doesn't even seem like physics would allow a shot like that.
Just a high degree of difficulty, that shot. Makes it look so easy.
And Sam Grogan got up in frustration, was yelling at his team a little bit. You know, Taylor Britt killed them in the first half and was the difference between these two teams. They did a really good job to slow him down a little bit. I thought they put him out of action a little bit coming into this fourth quarter. But he's just taken over once again, and once he starts to get hot, things can get really, really dangerous.
He remains our mix and pick MVP as things stand. Get involved. Every vote, we're going to win some Sal's Pizza. Sam Grogan, the Hawks coach, there deep in conversation with his starters. And he leans on heavily from a minute standpoint. The back of a quick turnaround after that 5-point win over the Nelson Giants. Isaiah Moore, Jordan Ngatai already well over 31 minutes for Ngatai, 33 minutes for Moore. And then Sutherland, Rasmussen coming up 30 minutes played.
It's tough to win games like that, and it's tough to play in a season like that as well. Speaks heavily to the fact that they have 5 bench points, Rams with upwards of 20.
Need a bucket here, Hawks. Goes without saying. Moore, step back 3. Can't get it to go. Rams rebound. Well, he's got going in that third quarter. Isaiah Moore, the 3 ball remains cold. None from 4 on the night as MJ Walker Jr. loses his footing, crashes hard on the drive. It brings about a whistle and a foul on Isaiah Moore. That's his 3rd.
Coach Sam Grogan is an absolute shock. He just can't believe it. You can just feel the frustration. Hawks managed to close a lead and got out on a bit of a run, but the Rams have changed things a little bit now, and these last few positions offensively have been rough for the Hawks, and then you can just feel their misery, unable to get stops on this end.
Still deep in conversation, isn't he, Coach Grogan?
Great thing about these referees, though, they're always open for a conversation.
Yep. Walker Jr. off the inbound. It's a little too much. And the outlet pass now more to Rasmussen. Oh, did brilliantly to haul it in. Just couldn't finish. He's going at breakneck speed there, Rasmussen on the outlet. Walker Jr. now. Oh, good hand there by Ngatai. It'll stay though with the Rams. Just a little over 5 minutes to play. And I believe Rams coach Judd Flavel wants to talk things over.
Not surprised, he loves to call that in game timeouts. I think he puts a really big focus on maintaining a high quality standard of play for these guys. Maybe the Rams slipping away from that a little bit. That was a pretty tough shot for MJ Walker Jr.
There is Jared Kenny, player GM, back facing. Not used here in the Sal's NBL. Interesting decision. I'm sure there's a reason behind it.
Just as valuable from a coaching standpoint, though.
I was just thinking that, yeah, very much involved in the conversations with the coaching staff.
So much wisdom and experience from his end, and obviously offers a different perspective, having been a player in the Sal's NBL for so long. Would have liked to see him, you know, dust off the boots and play a few minutes tonight. He's just so young, you know, we spoke about.
The Rams took over 5 minutes away what could possibly be their 9th win on the bounce. It started against the Hawks. Nuggets, Sharks, Nuggets again, Airs, Fi again. And the Saints most recently. It has been some stretch for this team.
And like you said, once they got their whole roster, that was when the fire started to tick a little bit. And it's evident tonight, just so many scorers and so many threats.
A moving screen, I believe, on Lockie Ulbrich. So it'll go the way of Hawke's Bay. That's the 4th on Ulbrich as well.
Judd happy to keep him in. Probably one of the main guys that can stop Josh Roberts.
Here's Isaiah Moore. Kai Isaac in front. Puts him in a spin cycle and finishes at the cup.
That's what they've got to keep going to if they want to claw back into this game. Isaiah Moore seems to be there.
Oh, tough screen. And that's the 5th foul on Ulbrich. Isaiah Moore remains prone. It was heavy contact. And then the coin officials are saying he really leant into it as opposed to staying stationary. Not happy with the call is the Rams bench to our left, but that is curtains for the young Australian. Let's take a second look.
You know, I don't know. I think Isaiah Moore is significantly smaller than Lockie Ulbrich is. Interestingly, that's Lockie Ulbrich's first offensive foul called his entire Sal's NBL career. He's done a good job at being responsible. But that could be pretty instrumental right now.
So they're now running Darling at the 5. And another foul called on the Rams. I believe this one is going to go on their captain, Taylor Britt.
And Keanu was another guy who really stepped up in that 3rd quarter, found his feet a little bit. Was able to get to the rim on his favoured right hand quite often, and got to the free throw line multiple times as well.
There's more now. Walker Jr. in front. Ngatai from deep. Just can't get that 3-ball to go. And tied it up by Darling. 2 of 6 now from 3. Ngatai after 5 of 9 from deep on Thursday night in the win over Nelson. Buffin wide open. Front of the iron.
Hawks look like they moved back to a zone. Not a bad move from Sam Duggan, given the unsuccessful shooting night once again from the Rams.
Speaking of moving screens, Ngatai now pinged. He looks exhausted, doesn't he, Jordan Ngatai? Big minutes again. Over 33 minutes of 36 played. He's going to take a seat. In fact, that's him done. Fouled out. So no more Nartai, no more Ulbrich.
It's a quiet fouling out night. Didn't actually quite register the fact that he was on 4 fouls. Probably comes with being a big part of your defense and playing that many minutes, I suppose. It's going to be hard for the Hawks without that big part of their offense in these last 3.5 minutes.
Oh, tough rebound by Buffin. And second chance points for the Rams. Such a strength. And they're back out by 14. Jackson Ball into the game for the fouled out Nartai.
Hawks have just never been able to really close that gap, right? They fought tooth and nail, but just haven't really got an arm's reach. Rams always staying ahead relatively comfortably.
Yeah, it's been a valiant effort by the Hawks, who trailed by as many as 22 during that second quarter. Got it back briefly, I believe, in this fourth quarter to single digits, but you're right, just as they got within arm's length, someone has stood up for the Rams. There's Buffin now. Such a good free throw shooter. Heads to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Not even I can jinx him why he's going that well.
Well done, Nick.
$90-74. It's a long road back for the Hawks, who haven't led at all in this ball game. Excuse me, 2-0.
Oh, how dare you, Nick? Spreading false information.
I just remembered and checked.
Gosh, that's an important stat, that one. I think it speaks, though, we've spoken about it multiple times, but I'll say it again, just the depth of this Rams team in comparison to the lack of it for the Hawks. The Rams have had multiple people step up on occasion, Taylor Britt being the main one. We've had MJ, KJ, and Lockie's been great too, and bursts of the other guys. Whereas the Hawks, just not a lot going on outside of Isaiah Moore and Keanu Rasmussen, really.
Taylor Britt heading for free throw attempts 6 and 7. He's perfect from the Chemist Warehouse stripe as well. And that is, I believe, a new season high for the Rams captain. In fact, that just matches his high, excuse me. He's had 24 now on 3 occasions. There we go, 25 for Taylor Britt. And it's just that blend, isn't it, Maya, this Rams roster between hitting on their imports and then such a good local core that have been around for so long now, played so much basketball together, and just look so clear on what their roles and responsibilities are.
I think that's really key. Judd has fostered a really great environment in that way and got some imports that fit a style of play around some strong locals. That's really been a key part of their success. And just a great buy-in to a culture from these young guys as well.
Oh, how about the athleticism there from Max Darling. Tip it back up and in. And there's no selfishness on this Rams roster either. They're worried about filling the stat sheet. Guys can have big nights. Oh, that's a tough finish. Isaiah Moore. He's shown his class here in the second half. And what is likely to be a losing effort. We'll take a second look at Darling.
Yeah, Isaiah Moore has been really instrumental in this second half. Obviously had a slow start, like we said. He's shown a lot of class, I think, being able to bounce back from a tough first half, but a lack of support offensively outside of him has been really hard for the Hawks and easy for the Rams to stop.
Here is Britt dishing it off to Darling. Oh, good contest there by the Hawks. We're playing all 40 minutes here, but now Brown gets up and swats it down. Walker Jr. on the other end. Oh, that is beautiful. Canterbury Rams basketball.
Just putting the cherry on the top in these last few minutes. Putting their stamp on this game. Hawks came back a little bit. We actually saw it in single digits, but the Rams have just absolutely put their foot down by way of getting stops defensively and then getting out in trans. And putting a lid on Isaiah Moore has completely changed this game.
A timeout here with just a tick over a minute to play. Rams 18 points to the good. Want to win their 9th game on the bounce, 10th game overall, moved to 10-2. And next up for them, looking forward to this one, and tuning in on Sky Sport Sunday next week against the Tuatara, the Sunday sesh.
A revenge game.
Well, let's just hope, fingers and toes crossed, it is at full strength. No training mishaps. We have Lockie Albrecht going up against Bobby Lowe.
Oh.
We have all those juicy matchups. Corey Webster, of course, against his former team.
Stop it. You're speaking my language, Nick. You got a tip for that game? Can't call it.
That's a real coin flip one, that. I'd potentially give the edge just to the Tuatara at home, but yeah, the Rams are travelling so well and are so well drilled that they go so deep in the scout. But again, it wouldn't shock me if they go 10 straight. Of course, the Tuatara in action very soon. In about 90 minutes in Sal's NBL as Sutherland drains the 3, hosting the Wellington Saints. Couple of heavyweights in the NBL clashing there. And then on to tomorrow afternoon, Sharks hosting the Bulls and the Jets entertaining the Nuggets to round out round 10.
Great weekend for Sal's NBL.
Oh, Lucas Sutherland, where was this? Back-to-back threes.
Oddly timed.
Good for the confidence. Oh, Matt Little here in the grand scheme of things.
I think the Hawks would have liked to see that a lot earlier. Some production from somebody outside of Isaiah Moore.
Isaiah Moore, a 22-point second half. And the shot clock is off here. Coach Grugan demanding the Hawks play right to the very end. And Moore draws the foul on Walter Brown. He'll foul out with 13.1 to play. And more free throws coming. This time for Moore.
Second foul out of the game for the Rams after Lockie Albrecht. They've been very aggressive today, and I think the fact that the Hawks love to go downhill has put them on the back foot and forced them to rotate and give up fouls at points.
And missing both, but Roberts, oh no, he doesn't get the tip in. And we will have a player timeout called by the Rams here. 26 fouls in all given up by the Rams, as you mentioned, maybe 27 in fact after that Brown foul. So Brown and Albrecht fouling out. Walker Jr. on 4. Kyle Isaac, Max Darling on 3. Taylor Britt even on 3.
And similar issues for the Hawks as well. Jordan Nartai with 5. Isaiah Moore with 3. Jackson Bowles even got 3. Keanu's got 4. Roberts and Sutherland with 3 apiece. She's been an aggressive one.
Can the Rams send their faithful fans home extra happy here with one last possession of excellence? No, they can't. Kyle Isaac misses the 3, but it matters little. The Canterbury Rams 9 on the bounce in the Sal's NBL, 98-84 on the back of a season high from their captain Taylor Britt.
It was a great effort from the Rams. I thought the Hawks did a great job to close it a little bit. Obviously, Isaiah Moore is just instrumental and an absolute game changer for these guys. But overall, the depth of the Canterbury Rams and having so many threats offensively is just too hard to stop.
There's a Great bounce back effort by Moore, who led all scorers in the end with 28 points, 22 of them coming in the second half. But the job they did on Moore in the first half, a big reason why the Rams chalk up another dub. 9 assists as well for Taylor Britt. What an afternoon from him, and 2 steals too for good measure. The stats courtesy of our partner, the Chemist Warehouse. We're running a bit of overtime here at the Cowles Cauldron. There is the run of games to come, starting very soon at Event Finder Stadium in Auckland. Rapid League action coming your way in about half an hour. The Tuatara and the Saints before the NBL contest at 7:30. Then it's on to the Deep South, the Sharks and the Bulls tomorrow afternoon before the Jets entertain the Nuggets. But that's all she wrote from Cowles Stadium in Christchurch, where the Canterbury Rams are winners again. 98-84. Rambo's dancing, TB's happy. Have a good rest of your long weekend.